Okay, is my mic now? There we go. Yeah, there we go. My mic was not working, so basically you missed everything I was saying, right? Um, Interesting. I'm wondering if now the volume of the mic is very loud though. Hmm. Anyway, I hope it's not too loud, but as soon as somebody stops by, I will ask for some feedback. Let me summarize what I was saying when I was starting the stream then. I was saying that last stream we were in Sansee trying to find the Hercules beetle nest, and I finally found it even though it took me forever, and I couldn't believe that I skipped it or I couldn't find it because it was such a huge place with two areas. It had a huge white tree that had the beetles and the larvae inside of it, and then ruins outside of it, so it was like so easy to spot it. But for some reason, when I was investigating its location, I ended up stopping and finding other places, and I could only find this place by using the compass. Wait, game? There we go, the compass. And then I got the larvae husks that I needed, and then I explored the ruins as well. And I brought the larvae husks to Aoife in the Burnt Oak Station, but she gave us a package to deliver to somebody in Acria. So that side quest got another step. Not sure when I'm heading to Acria, but tonight I will focus on fishing because I think right now it is the last thing I need to do in this region in Sansee. And then after fishing, depending on how long it takes for me to find the two remaining fish for this side quest, depending on how long does that take, I can then decide going into another region, hopefully a new one, to explore it. But then I was mentioning Acria. Not sure if that's going to be the one, because it is northwest, while I kind of feel more tempted to go south. So even though there are some quests for me to be doing in Acria, it's likely I won't go there right now. Anyway, I don't know why the mic was not working though. It is kind of like the second or third time this happened. It's funny that sometimes I check it. Thankfully, today I ended up looking directly at it because normally it shows it's green, but then I don't see the sound waves, or like the frequency changes of my voice in the mic. So that's what got to me. That was weird. But normally when this fails or like when I have this problem, it is when I get an update on OBS, which was not the case today. So, that was kind of unexpected. But again, thankfully I noticed that very early, so it's okay. Maybe my unconsciousness was paying attention to that, right? But yeah, I need to fish today, so let me start organizing myself towards that. First of all, oh, before doing it, actually, last time when I got Chuifa and then I gave her the beetle and then the larvae, right? The larvae husks, she gave us a badge. Yeah, it was the beetle badge. It's shaped like a beetle's mandibles. This badge given by Beetle Camp owners. And then we also have the cartographer's badge. Wait, okay, the machinist badge and the scrapper's badge. I think the more of those we get, the better it will be, or the easier it will be for us to get a mask about that one topic, right? Not sure because we still haven't gotten more masks, but I believe that's what somebody told us before in the game. I also got some chum eggs in here. I have 4. I believe I might need 20 until the next stamina upgrade. So we also gotta be looking for those, right? But yeah, regarding fishing, I need to start... Yes, I will start it from the wind tower, maybe? Sure, let's start there. According to the character that gave us the fishing rod, the fish species are normally found next to plants. And since I'm here, actually, there is always this cactus that shows me it has some sort of interaction, even though I could never figure that out. I think I will see if it could be fishing, even though I doubt it. But to fish, how is that again? I'm checking the controls in here. Um, Wait. Oh, there we go. Begin fishing. It's T. No, it's actually this. Photo mode. No, it's T. There we go. That's not really where I wanted it to be, but sure. Then I think I press E again, right? Yeah, this is an experimental attempt because I forgot how to fish. No bites? Let's try that again then. I wish I could fish closer to the cactus that I was saying. That's not very close though. Man, because fishing is kinda silent and calm, it's kinda making me sleepy already. So I hope that I can get a fish soon because it's like super slow. I need something to be going on to give me energy. But it looks like I'm not being lucky on fishing today. But I do want to try getting something from this area though. Maybe from here? Wait a second, is it because I'm not at floor level? That could be it, right? I will assume that's the reason why this is not working. And then I always try to interact with this cactus and nothing happens. Let me go to floor level then. Yeah, in here fish will appear, right? At least that's my hope. Let's try fishing closer to the tree. Man, I really hope that my mic is not like super crazy loud. Because it kinda looks like it could be. There we go. So I think I was right. I need to be at the floor level in order to fish. Yeah, this is one of the fish we need, the bellow guppy, but we have gotten him before, right? Show me the map. I wanna get closer to the salt plains, so I will go on the other direction, right there. Just in case, I will test fishing in here. Wait. Oh, never mind. This is another species that we have gotten before, right? The dope dart. Yes, I think it is a fish we have gotten before. Let me check. I think it's doopy actually, right? I need to get used to that word. Um, Fishing. Yeah. Another bellow guppy. I'm between like, are they rare or it is really that I'm not fishing in the right location or spot? Like the fish that I still need to find, I'm not getting them because of wrong place or not being lucky. Or maybe both. But I have the feeling the place is more important than the luck. I was hoping that because this is closer to the salt plains, then something could be different. But it looks like it's not. I will try once again, maybe even closer. Wait a second, am I going on the right direction? I think I'm not. Oh, I am actually, so but I'm still kind of far from it. Okay, let me try getting very close to the salt plains and then give it another shot. Those colors right there on the mountain, they look amazing. Yeah, that purple, gray, and kind of the orange or beige from the sand. I like that a lot. Let's try it in here then. It's another doopy dart. I give up. So let's try changing the spot. Um, let's try closer to the wind tower. Although I think I gave it one attempt, right? But let's give it another. Also, I need to try fishing closer to plants. This is on top of something, so probably I won't be able to get a bite. I think I tried fishing closer to that tree, right? You know what? Let's go a little bit more distant than this place. Let me try sitting at a better position here. Is this correct? It's not. Okay, I need to go on the other spot because I'm returning to where I was, the freaking cacti forest. No, we gotta go on the other direction, deeper into this Sansee region, right? That right there is another region. I believe that's the Badlands. Am I far from it? Not much. But I could try, why not? Yeah, let's try it closer to that tree right there. Also, hi Ultros, what's up, man? Thank you for the good luck. I think I will need good luck because I'm doing some fishing tonight. And so far I couldn't find any of the new fish I need to find, so I need to either be at the right spot where the fish are or be luckier. So I want to try fishing closer to this tree now. Oh, actually, that was not what I wanted to do, like, true. Is this going to work? It's not, right? Yeah, because it kinda got to the tree, not really to the sand. Sure, let's try it again. That's better. Wait, is this a different fish? No, it's probably not. Yeah, it's another doopy dart. So, never mind. Maybe I need to go elsewhere. Where though? Let's go to the center right there. Can you see my cursor? Oh, you can. Let's try getting there, you know? To the center of those rocks right there. And then in case that fails, we can try fishing closer to the beetle's nest. Yeah, the beetle's nest is right there. Honestly, I still think it's going to fail. Because probably the different fish, they are going to be, I don't know, up there. I don't remember if I really fished like that much up there, as I normally explore this area down here. But I need to check everything, so this is kind of my way to guarantee that I have been everywhere. Is this a good spot? Not yet. Maybe here? Game? Okay, it's back. The game kinda glitched. Okay, let's try it in here, why not? Although there are no plants. I wonder if I could fish inside of some areas, for example, next to the chum lair, you know? Wait, that's a new fish. This is the pebble eye. Its thin pencil-like body means this fish can barrel, right? I think I said it right, I hope. This fish can burrow into small crevices. Oh my god. Hard time in English right now. Let me go confirm everything before I speak shit. Crevices, I guess? Yeah, my intuition tells me it's crevices. Not like crevices or something. English?
Crevices.
Crevices, right? Yeah, I guess that. And then this is barrow, isn't it?
Burrow.
Burrow. Okay, I was completely wrong about that then.
Burrow.
Burrow, okay. So its thin pencil-like body means this fish can burrow into small crevices and holes in rocks. There we go. Protecting themselves from the sun and predators. This is one of the fish, right? It is, because I got the quest updated. Nice. I will keep on fishing in here because I also think I should be collecting more of those to stock them in case I need more in the future for whoever knows what. So let's keep on fishing in here then. Also, it's important to notice that there are no plants around here. So I was assuming that the best hope I had to find new fish was if I were fishing closer to the plants. But that's not true, like, no plants in here and a very rare species. So maybe the plant hint was not really a very good one, right? Which is good, because I was trying new things. But then maybe I could also fish this fish closer to another plant. I just ended up finding him in here. Wait, he escaped? Hi, Sabre, what's up, man? Wait, why are the fish escaping? I just got another fish, Subaru. So now we're missing one more fish out of 3 to complete the fishing quest in this area. And then I was just saying that this new fish... Oh, there we go. This new fish was not close to plants. Oh, this is not a very good fish though, it's the Doopy Dart. Yeah, but there is a new fish in here. It's the... I just forgot his name though. Let me see if I can fish him again. But yeah, I was surprised he was not close to plants. Because the angler told us that fish species are most likely closer to plants. No, that's also not the fish. This is the bellow guppy. Now that I need to show you the new fish, I can't, right, Subaru? What the heck? Maybe you can fish in any place. Yeah, no, wait. Here's the thing. You can fish in any place, although it needs to be at the floor level, right? Because I was trying to fish, let's say, above some rocks or upper in the mountains, and then I couldn't. So I imagine that I can only fish in the sand or like at floor level. But then the thing is that when I was fishing just like casually at random spots in the sand, I was only getting the bellow guppy and also the dopey dart. And let me just open my menu in here. And then just because I got to this central area that's surrounded by rocks, even though there are no vegetation or plants around it, I managed to get the new species, this one. Oh yeah, the pebble eye. Yeah, I was able to find him in here, which I was not expecting because the biggest advice the angler told us was to fish closer to plants. Where is the fish decks? This is the fish decks, yeah. We got three fish: the bellow guppy, the doopy dart, and now the pebblewai. And then the pebblewai was the second fish for the side quest. We are still missing one. Also, who knows, maybe in the future we can get a better rod because they say in here that's like the basic wooden rod. Maybe there'll be a better one later. By the way, Sabra, I'm not sure if you saw the news, but I haven't been streaming much because of my physical condition, right? Those times that I was feeling neck pain and everything, it kind of became more and more constant and kind of more serious. So last week I kind of had a lot of problems. I had insomnia, it triggered my mental health too, and then I had to do some exercises. I went after um, Pilates courses in the city, which is like Pilates in Portuguese, right? To see if I could start some physical activity to correct my posture and then, exercise this part of my body. So all of that kind of took my energy and my desire to be streaming, and then I was also having pain in some days until it on Thursday. I think it was on Thursday that I felt better and more comfortable to be streaming. Today, I can say that I was not feeling as good as I was in Thursday, and I'm now suspecting that this also could have a little bit to do with my sleeping as well, because sometimes I feel like I wake up with less pain, and then other days I wake up with a little bit more pain. So I'm now thinking if it could be a little bit related to my pillow, maybe, or to my position when I sleep or something. But these last days it's been better in comparison to the beginning of last week, right? So yeah, the beginning of last week I was full of pain. I also had my head with like lots of pressure or feeling heavy, so I was suspecting it could have been high pressure, high blood pressure. So I also went out to examine my blood pressure, and then the firefighters checked it, and then they said it was normal, but I was feeling super uncomfortable. So yeah, I have been trying to take better care of my cervical spine, my neck, and my shoulders, and that's pretty much what I have been going through. Right? If I have the habit of like, I'm not sure how is that in English though. Crack, right? To crack my neck? No, I actually don't. But when I stretch it, sometimes it cracks, right? But I don't have the habit of doing that much. But now I'm trying to. I can't say that I'm doing it perfectly. Still, of course, it's like years and years and years that I got used to have a certain posture and then get my head or my neck more positioned to the front of my body, so it forces and pressures more those muscles. So I need to start looking at myself more often to like correct myself, but it's like a process. Sometimes I forget, sometimes I get lazier, sometimes especially when I'm not feeling too much pain. I realize that when I'm not feeling too much pain, I sometimes allow me to like be at a wrong position or posture more than often. But I'm trying to at least remember myself that, hey, you gotta fix your posture more. Because yeah, it's been kind of annoying, but it's not really aching right now, but it does make me feel a little bit uncomfortable because distantly in my head there is something that makes me a little bit dizzy. I'm not sure what is that though. I think it has something to do with my spine. At the very least, man, I'm happy that the pain has decreased with just exercising, sleeping better, and also trying to correct my posture. Because I wasn't sure how serious that could be, and I'm still not sure. But just because I saw some improvement in like this last week, because I was suffering a lot in the beginning of the week, and then also the insomnia was not good. But just because I could rest for days in a row, Like I could sleep well for days in a row and then feel a little bit better day by day, or at least feel different. Something was worse at each day. For example, some days I was feeling more pain when I was, let's say, just trying to stay all right. For example, trying to keep my head at normal position, and then other days I was only feeling pain when I was turning my um, head left like this, and then other days I was not feeling pain, but my head was feeling heavy and like I was with some sort of high blood pressure, which was not really what was going on. So each day was something going on with me, but little by little, in general, things were getting better. And then there was Thursday, which was the best day ever because I was not really feeling many of those problems or symptoms. But then on Friday and today, they kind of returned a little bit, but not too much. I think they actually returned a little bit because I was doing some exercises. Sometimes those exercises do make me feel more uncomfortable, but at the same time, I believe they are important because otherwise, I'll never make those areas stronger, right? But then the Pilates will start like next week after the carnival week, right? I only had one experimental class of Pilates so far, at least. But let's see, hopefully by the end of this year, I will be able to have a better physical health. I do think it will also help me with my mental health because when I was exercising, I was even talking about this before, right? That I started to understand how and why people say that they feel relieved or they feel some sort of happiness or pleasure after they complete a physical exercise or something. Yes, I was starting to feel that too. So I think that could also help me with my mental health. But I need to give it more time until I start having more days that I don't feel any noises in my neck or on my head. I hope you can get better before the end of the year because we're still in February. Yes, at least I have time, right? I have time to work on that. And this is going to be positive, I think. Yes, it is going to be a positive change because otherwise I think nothing else would trigger me to go after physical health improvement, right? So I do think this was like an important sign for me to like, hey, you are getting older, you should be taking better care of your physical health too. Because for the past 5 6 years I was ignoring my physical health pretty much and just focusing on my mental, right? Not saying that my mental health is any close to perfection because it's not, but it did get lots of improvement while my physical health never really changed that much besides going for walks, which is not bad, but it is not necessary or not. I mean, that's not the word. It's not enough. There we go. It is not enough for my upper body. Yeah, my upper body got no treatment or like got no exercise. And my upper body is directly connected to my mental health because when I get stressed or anxious, this is where the anxiety gets you. I get a very stuck and hard neck, and it makes me uncomfortable, and then I can't sleep well. So everything is pretty much connected, right? Something else that I'll be doing too is like getting my food habits better too. Especially because now I learned that next to the Pilates gym, there is a grocery specialized in fruits and herbs, which is the biggest grocery about that I know in Brazil. I'm not sure if they are any popular in São Paulo suburb. Do you know Hortifruti? Is there Hortifruti in São Paulo? Yeah, there is an Hortifruti there. I didn't know that. So I ended up knowing a little bit more about my neighborhood surroundings, and now I can pretty much go to the gym, right, to have my wait Pilates course or class, and then after that I can stop by the fruit grocery market to buy some juice, to buy some herbs, to buy coconut water, which was something that I did too. and have more fresh things. I used to do that in the supermarket, but the supermarket doesn't sell the fresh, like the fresh juices that I'm talking about, like this one fruit grocery store does. So, for example, I bought a bottle of fresh orange juice that I was drinking in the past 2 to 3 days, and it was delicious and very, very good. So we're saying maybe there is hortifruti in São Paulo, but it probably has everything that you could find in an open fruit stand. I'm not sure how to say that in English either, but like maybe fruit stands, like when you have a bunch of fruit stands selling different fruits and herbs and vegetables. It's just because this word in Portuguese, hortifruti, kind of became let's say a bigger word to mean or to refer to this one specific grocery store that sells fruits and herbs and healthy products. But there is one grocery store like that that has the name itself as its brand, right? But it became more general because now any grocery store that specializes in that fruit, herb, vegetable, and let's say healthy products will be known or could be known as hortifruti. But anyway, I'm just saying that this one is the, let's say, best quality one in Rio at least. And knowing there is one closer to my home than what I thought, because I knew where there were some. I know at least where there are two of them, or maybe three, but they are kind of far, so it was never worth going there when I don't had a car to get me to them. But this one is very close by, and I never looked at it or I never found it before. So it is another option for me to find healthy things, especially juices and coconut water, and of course fresh herbs. You know what? I was kind of giving up about fishing in here, but I still want to get more of those uh, pebble fish, right? But yes, bro, those were my news, man. So I will see you when I feel better about my physical health and everything to be streaming. Also, by the way, let's fix this posture again. But thankfully, I did see some growth in the past days, but I'm still not feeling 100% because I also should make some exams, right? To like check how is my spine and everything. I need to take some x-rays and everything. But I think this is going to be positive and maybe even make me thrilled to go after other physical exercises. For example, maybe at some point I give up about Pilates and then I go after working out, maybe growing up muscles or maybe yoga or something. Man, I'm pressing the wrong keys in here. Because fishing is kind of complicated as it involves or it gets many different keys for me to do this. And as I don't have coordination, I suck. Especially by playing this with my keyboard. Another bellow guppy. That's not the one I want. I wonder if the time of the day could matter to this as well. Like, maybe I could only find the pebble fish when it's daytime. Yeah, I'm back to the regular fish. Have you ever tried those cushions for necks? Oh, I know which ones you were talking about, but I think they are cushions for you to sleep in an airplane or in a bus, right? I'm not sure if they will actually work to make your neck. I think they might be helpful to relax your neck, but they might not really fix your posture, right? They could be relaxing, but not really for you to get a better posture, I guess. But they could maybe, I don't know, be helpful for you to also exercise with them, especially for like stretching exercises. Right now, the part of my body that hurts the most is the left part. Yes, when I do this, it really gets back here. So it's the part that I have been struggling the most at the moment. But there are days, or there were days, that both sides were hurting, right? But in the past days, it's more to the left. But my problem is only posture, I'm not sure. I'm hoping it is. It could be something more serious. It could be cancer, who knows? But as there was some growth in the past days, I'm hoping or believing that it's more about my posture or lack of physical exercise or like having weak muscles in this area. That's why I'm hoping that by working that out, it could give me some improvement. Not to mention that, of course, this could also be involved, and maybe more than what I assumed at first, to mental health. Because it is complicated, because sometimes I think that I'm doing all right regarding my mental health. Like when this started, I was like shocked. I was like even telling my mom, like, I don't get it, because I'm feeling okay. I'm not feeling worried about anything. Everything is fine. So why am I having this pain? And then I was like, this gotta be physical problem. But I think it could also be mental health related too, even though I might not perceive or realize that I might be anxious, if that makes any sense. Um, I think that my mental health could also be involved, even though now it is harder for me to realize that I'm feeling either more depressed or more anxious than before. And then that's also why I suspect I ended up getting insomnia days. Even though I was thinking I was doing alright regarding my mental health, but I was not, as I couldn't sleep. I got a heavy breathing in one of the nights, the first one that I got insomnia. And then on the other one, um, it was because my body was uncomfortable. Like I was having the physical pain. The way you say Pilates in Portuguese is closer to the English? Pilates. Yeah, Pilates in Portuguese. Pilates in Portuguese. I'm not sure if that's very close to English. Actually, I remember before streaming and talking about that, I remember watching a YouTube video of like this one woman saying the word, but for some reason I can never memorize the way she says it. I still need to get more used to that. But in Portuguese, it is Pilates. Yeah. But here's my point though. All I want is to sleep. Because when I don't sleep, it's when things get super bad in my life. It's when I start feeling depressed, or I feel anxious, or I feel tedious as well. And then because I live alone, like I don't live with anybody at home, I start like feeling lonely too, and then I don't know how to distract myself, or how am I going to get anybody to help me out in case I get, I don't know, at a serious condition or I need to go to the hospital. When I don't sleep is when I get concerned. Thankfully, let's say that I have been able to control the situation when I don't sleep more or better than in comparison to when I started having these things like 5, 6 years ago. But let's suppose that I need to live with this physical condition for a very good amount of time from now on. I can say that I can do it, or like I won't mind it that much as long as I can still sleep. Because if I can't sleep, then it's going to really make my life like shit. Because I really lose it when I don't sleep. Like it's the worst. So I hope that I can still sleep, even if I have this situation. Sudbury is recommending me some medicine. I have never heard of that one. What I did was taking painkillers. Yes, I took two painkillers. They did act a lot. They did help me a lot. Yeah, the painkillers, especially the first one. The second one, I took it just to see if it would make extra effect to like complete the job, to like really get rid of my pain. But I only took the second one more than one day after the first one, so I did give it time to act right. So I have been taking the painkillers, man. Here in Brazil, the painkiller is Dorflex, right? Which has helped me before in the past too, when I had this one crazy leg pain. That I'm not sure why I started feeling that though. Yeah, it was a very weird, very strong leg pain that I felt that made me hard to walk. But I don't remember why I had that leg pain anymore. I don't think it was because of walking too much or anything. It just happened to me. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I know why though. Oh, yes, I have a guess. And by the way, I give up about fighting the fish because he disappeared. I think it was because when I was sleeping, I was not using like a cushion between my two legs. So my upper leg was pressuring the bottom leg. There is also this as well about me, right? I think my body gets super heavy when I sleep. That's also why I was saying that I could suspect that my pillow or my bed or my posture when I sleep could be involved in this too now, because there are days that I wake up feeling better than others. But yeah, I used to like sleep without anything in between my two legs, and then there was this one day that I think my upper leg pressured my bottom leg so much that it gave me this leg pain. And then I had to take the painkiller for the first time. It was the first time I took a painkiller. Also, hey Gabriel, what's up, man? Sabri saying Dorflex can help. Yes, Dorflex is very, very good, right? It's because old? I think so. That's why I need to take better care of my physical health, especially. Also, hi Jones, what's up, man? But that's true, and then since then I started sleeping with a cushion. I also like to sleep with some blankets as well, but the blankets in between my legs is not enough. It gotta be the cushion. It is right here, actually. Yeah, this cushion right here. So we're saying one leg should not be weighting or like being a heavy weight on the other, so it could like start causing pain. That is true, and I think it does happen in my case because my body gets very heavy when I sleep, especially my head as well. The cushion looks like a leather jacket. It is kind of right. Gotta start that gym workout. I did start it. I took an experimental Pilates class, right? Which was good, but at the same time, I did not feel exhausted or tired. I think it was still kind of light, which is understandable because it was the first class. But I don't know why I was expecting, let's say, a class like that to make me even more tired. But it was okay-ish. What I can say is that I think it helped me more on my legs because on the next day I felt my legs tired after I woke up. So basically, the exercises I took there, they worked on my legs a lot, right? On the rest of my body, like my neck, my shoulder, my back, maybe they also worked or helped those areas, but I couldn't say for sure because they were already exhausted or tired thanks to the previous days that I had insomnia. So they were already feeling tired, right? So I went to the class feeling tired on those parts. So I can't really say or spot a difference. But on my legs, I did feel a difference, yes. My legs were more tired. in the next day. But Gabriel, I went for Pilates, right? That's the one I decided to start. Maybe in the future I choose something else. Maybe a regular workout to like grow up muscles. Who knows? Or maybe yoga. Maybe even I don't know a sport. Maybe swimming. Although swimming, I think I wouldn't do it because normally when I swim, even with like earbuds or earplugs, water enters in my ears, and then it sucks. I need to really protect my ears when I swim. So maybe not swimming. I would love to do beach volleyball. Yeah, that's one sport I would love to do. Maybe also especially thanks to the Haikyuu jersey that I got. Random fireworks, or maybe drug dealers activity, who knows. Oh, or maybe Carnival, right? Because Carnival is going on in Rio today and for the next 3 days. But surprisingly, my city has been very calm. I went out to like take a walk today, and I did not see anything. Yeah, my city today was very very peaceful. Maybe it's because everyone went to Rio in particular, but yeah, my city was super peaceful. Does it get heavy when I sleep? I think my body gets heavy when I sleep, yes. But do you mean like losing consciousness? Does it make your body to get heavier to this point? I mean, I don't think I lose consciousness, right? I mean, I just sleep, but I have the feeling that maybe it is, I don't know. I have the feeling that my body or my metabolism is a very intense or like it's not really stressful, but it gets tense. It kind of it, it is not very relaxed maybe. And then when I go to sleep, I get that at a worse condition, and then that's why my head gets heavier, and then in that day my leg was compressing my other leg. I don't know, I think that it's hard to my body to feel very relaxed in general, because it is either stressed or like tense. Maybe it's because of the lack of physical activity, or maybe it's just because of I don't know having bad thoughts and anxiety and everything. I'm not sure. I think it is something unconsciousness actually, Subaru, that happens. But yes, I think that my body is very tense. Maybe that also explains why I'm so picky to sleep at other conditions. For example, if I go back to my hometown and I need to sleep at my parents', sometimes I can't sleep in there very well either. Or if I don't have my own pillow, I also will struggle to sleep. Or I don't know, if I'm traveling by bus, I can't sleep at the bus. And then sometimes we're talking here about camping and everything. I cannot see myself sleeping well when if I had to go camping, for example. Um, Sleeping is a big deal to me, and I think that my body struggles to sleep at a very comfortable state. Of course, it depends, and especially it depends if I'm feeling very tired or not. For example, after the first insomnia that I had this week, I felt that I only slept well not because I was feeling asleep. Much on the opposite, I did not feel asleep at all, but it was because I was exhausted. It was my exhaustion that put me to sleep, not because I was feeling asleep. And I was actually talking to my mom about that. I was worried that I would have more insomnia because I was living the days and not feeling asleep at all. But then thankfully after the second insomnia day, I was able to keep on sleeping, and now my and then I started feeling asleep again, right? I was starting to fix my sleeping schedule again. But when I was dealing with the insomnia days, I was not feeling asleep at all, even though I was super tired. It was my exhaustion that knocked me out at my bed. But yeah, Pilates is light in general, usually to keep the body as it is. I do agree. I think it is somewhat lighter than other exercises, but at the same time, I do hope it will get at higher or harder difficulties, right? As I keep on taking the classes. But it is lighter indeed. I need better cardio. I do need to do some more cardio, and I think I will be doing the rope jumping. Yes, because I did buy a rope, right? But I haven't been jumping that much, or actually at all. And I believe that's the best option. Not to mention that I won't be doing Pilates every day. I will be doing that 2 days in a week. So I was telling to myself that in the other days I should either be going out to walk, which is what I was doing before starting all this whole deal, or doing my own exercises at home by following the YouTube videos, which have like neck exercises. And also, there is this one very, let's say, all around exercise that I found that goes for the whole body, and it's at the beginner's difficulty. And I do think that could also help me a little bit more on cardio. But the best option for me to cardio right now, actually, there are two options. One is rope jumping, which is one that I can do at a more comfortable condition because I can do that at home. Or I can go downstairs and do something at the gym of my apartment building. But then I would need to ask for the gym's key and then hope that, I mean, not that I need to hope, but there might be other people there too, like working out, and then I may feel a little bit anchored. I could go there and then take the, how is that called in English? Not sure how is that called in English anymore. You know, the equipment that you can kind of run without going anywhere else or moving to anywhere. You can kind of run in a, I don't know, it's like a, I don't know the word in English. Anyway, I can go to the gym in my apartment building, but I'm kind of trying not to do it. Thanks to like more people going there too, right? A treadmill, that's the word. Yes, I could do cardio at a treadmill too. When you sleep, you are taller. I think so, right? Because when you wake up, your wait, how is that again? I know there is one moment of the day that gravity won't be very effective on your body. Yeah, at the end of the day, you are smaller because you spent the whole day under the gravity effect, right? And then your spine got that gravity effect, then it decreased your size. But when you wake up, then you were taller, right? I believe that's how it goes. Sabri is saying that when he sleeps, he considers himself unconscious. I mean, yeah, but what I mean is that, uh, how can I say this? Maybe just like before sleeping, I can already feel that my body gets tense or like heavier. Not necessarily only when I lose my consciousness. It's like sometimes it's even hard for me to feel that comfortable. But you know something, I I kind of learned ways to make my body to feel less tense when I go to sleep. And the best thing I have learned, at least that worked to my body, is that even though I sleep sideways or turning to a side, before actually turning to a side, I prefer being with my belly um, turned up to the ceiling direction, you know? Or like not really turning to a side, just laying on the bed with my belly, my head, and my body looking up. And that is the best posture that relaxes my whole body. And then if I stay like that for a couple minutes, I can get more sleepy or I can start feeling more sleepy. And then that's when I turn to a side to sleep, you know? So that was one strategy that I figured that works to me at least. that helps me to have my body more relaxed, less tense, and even get more sleepy. That will help me to sleep faster. Yeah, when I'm like having my body upwards or like facing up, it kind of helps it to feel more relaxed in general. Even though that's not my most comfortable position to sleep. And actually, I rarely sleep at that state, only when I'm very tired. And by the way, I need to fix my posture because my neck is starting to hurt a little bit more. Both yoga and Pilates, due to them being light, should be done together with something else more body demanding, instead of being the only thing you do. Yeah, so I'm telling you, Gabrielle, that I'll be able to do those things. I'll be able to do the Pilates. I'll be able to do the rope jumping. I'll be able to be taking my walks that I normally do, and also doing some other exercise at home. For example, yesterday. Yesterday I got to the whole body exercise that takes, I think, 20 minutes. I can kind of also, you know what? Let me show you the exercises, why not? Let me change the camera in here. So there is this one exercise that you kind of... Let's work out a little bit, shall we, guys? There is... Oh, by the way, I should not hit the lamp in here. I hope not. But there is this one that you kind of do this, and then you stretch your arms, and then you keep on doing that, right? With the other leg too, and then you stretch your arms and everything. There is that one, and then there is one that you do. How can I do it? I don't have coordination though, but there is one that you do it like this as well. You kind of go down with your legs, so you kind of move your shoulder and arms up, and then you also work with your lower body thanks to your knees and legs, right? When you are going down like this. So there is that one too. There is calves as well, that you need to raise your calves. And there is also, I'm forgetting one. Yes, I'm forgetting one other exercise in that course. But I'm doing that one collection of exercises that go for my whole body, and I got tired already. But yeah, I'm doing that combined with the neck exercises that I can get. I have a shirt right here. I can get a towel or a shirt to... Wait, let me also take this out. I can get a towel or a shirt to stretch my neck. For example, there is one that does it like this. And then you repeat that a couple of times. And you can also use it like this. And then you can also use your hand too to like force on the opposite direction that you move your head, so you can strengthen your neck muscles. And then you do it like 10 times or so, maybe 6 actually. And then there were even more exercises that I... Oh yeah, of course, the basic one of like stretching it like this. So yes, I'm doing also those exercises in general that I learned on YouTube. And then do you think that's enough, Gabrielle? At least that's my starting point, right? Don't feel awkward. Gym people are usually helpful. The thing is that... Okay, here's the thing. When I took my experimental Pilates class, I felt awkward, but people there were nice. Actually, very nice. I kind of feel bad for not feeling better, because they were even like having a somewhat carnival celebration. They were taking pictures together. They were getting some costumes and dressing some costumes and wearing masks, and they were really, very happy partying, like carnival time. They even had snacks. I actually ate some snacks in there, some ham and cheese snacks. Also, they offered me some juice. I drank some mango juice. So they were actually very inviting, very nice. They were partying and everything, but I was feeling kind of awkward because I was with my neck pain and all, and then I didn't know anybody in there, and everything was too new to me. I also didn't sleep very well in the last days, so I was like tired and everything. I did feel uncomfortable, but they were very nice, and I was actually explaining them my situation. Hey, I didn't sleep very well. I also have anxiety sometimes and everything, so I hope the teacher at least understood why I was the way I was. But I did feel they have a good energy. But the thing is that I gotta be honest, not everybody though. Maybe I should say that the last people I have met from my apartment building, they were nice, but I also know there are some people in here that are very hard to deal, or some very, I don't know, boring people, or annoying people as well. So I kind of feel, kind of worried that if I cross with them in the building, especially in a common space like in the building's gym, it could be kind of, uncomfortable thanks to that, because I'm not sure how nice those people would be, because I do know some people in my building are kind of harsh. Not everybody though, at least not the younger people at least, but the older people in here, they are kind of harder to deal in general. So that's why I do feel kind of awkward as well. That's why you take height measurements in the morning. Yes, I have heard of that. Because then you won't feel the effect of gravity on your spine or on your body, right? I definitely go into crazy weird states of consciousness when you're near sleep. You could be sitting on the bed or lying wide awake. Do you mean to like feel more relaxed before falling asleep? Did you manage to see Puss in Boots 2? I did not. I did not, even though that one friend that's still traveling around the world, right now I think he's in Cambodia. Um, Even though he did say great things about that movie to me, and then you as well, right? You did watch it too. I did not watch it. If I am to watch it, I would need to do it like at a website. I'm not going to the movies to check that movie out, right? The only movie that I will watch at the movies this year is going to be Mario, even though I did post on Discord the other day, maybe yesterday actually, a trailer. Wait, was it today? I can't remember. Maybe it was even today, but I just can't remember. A trailer of a Tetris movie, which, by the way, Ultras, you should check that out. There will be a Tetris movie, and I believe it's going to tell the history of Tetris. And surprisingly, the trailer is very, very good, especially because they somewhat got the final countdown music, which is also a song that I have said before, right? That I kind of have a trauma about that song, because it reminds me of a disaster in the past that happened in a city in Brazil. It was like a shopping mall, I think, that had like it pretty much collapsed, and then when the TV news were showing us the scenes and telling us about the situation, they played the final countdown for some reason during those news. And then I remember watching that as a kid and getting kind of impacted and terrified by the news. And then I have this trauma with the final countdown music even today, because it reminds me of those news from Osasco, which is a city in São Paulo that probably Gabriel and Subaru know, of this one shopping mall disaster that collapsed. But anyway, the Tetris movie trailer got the final countdown mixed with the Tetris theme, and it did work greatly for the entire trailer. So, yeah, that trailer was good. Still not sure if it would be enough for me to go after the movies to watch it there, but it was good enough for me to want to watch the movie. And by saying that, either in a streaming service or unofficially. But yeah, the Tetris movie, I didn't know it was a thing, but I'm now curious. Together with the Barbie movie as well, that I never thought I would be interested on that, right? And then are there other movies that I'm interested? Not that I can remember right now though. Mario, Tetris, and the Barbie movie. Yeah. Sabri saying also, by the way, what am I doing? I'm completely putting myself into a horrible posture. Sabri saying, since you are trying to correct or fix your posture, are my monitors and my chair at a good and right position? Man, I think my chair is a big problem, to be honest. Because first of all, this chair is all bad because I use this cloth in here to hide the problem, right? Because under it there is a towel, and under the towel there is like the word is mold, right? Yes, I think the leather of my chair got mold. So yeah, this chair is pretty much dead. And then I don't know how to adjust it correctly. So my answer is no, Sabru. I don't think it is at the best possible position or condition it could be, but I also know that I can adapt myself to it. For example, I can pretty much do this. If I do this, then posture is better. And then I have my back on the backrest. That's the word that Attackam helped me to learn the other day, the last stream. Yeah, the backrest. And then that's it. But the thing is that when I'm like this, I'm far from my monitor. So I need to bring my chair closer, right? Regarding my monitor, man, I probably could turn it, especially because now I just remember that my monitor, my monitor can go 90 degrees, right? I can place it vertically if I want. I remember even making a clip of that when I was building my PC last year, right? Yeah, my monitor has this adaptability, but I don't think I need to do anything about it though, because it is large enough for me to be looking at it straight forward, right? Um, I don't know, maybe it could be a little bit more far, so I don't need to uh, move my head a little bit down, right? So my eyesight can look at it. So I do have some sort of like movement with my neck going down just a little bit, but I don't think it is a big deal. Honestly, I think my biggest problem is about my old computer. Yeah, when I'm using my old computer, it doesn't have. First of all, my old computer is not as close to this monitor to me on my table, so I think that also brings my head closer to it when I'm using it. Yeah, my old computer, I would guess it's worse than my new computer for my posture. Ultras smokes enough to knock him down. I can also kind of see that happening too, right? When you smoke, you kind of can feel more relaxed and then you can just pass out, right? No, Gabriel, I did mention Barbie though. I just don't know if I will watch Barbie at the movies though. But Mario, it's certain. I even told my friend that we should go to the movies to watch it together. I should remember you to watch Puss in Boots to discuss with my friend. When do they return? I hope they return, or I think they will return. Um, Maybe in 8 days, or like they are returning at the end of the month, right? Or is it actually sooner than that? Because like in 2 days, on the 20th, he told me that he would be going back to Qatar, and then it's when he's in Qatar that I need to remind him to kind of get this one Pokemon in Pokemon Go so he can trade it with me when he's back. So he will be returning to Qatar. I'm not sure if he will get another flight back to Brazil right away, but I was kind of thinking or assuming he would still take a couple more days. Let's say he would be back at the 25th or 26th until he's really here. But it could be earlier actually. I should talk to him again to confirm it though. But you know what, Gabriel? Keep on pressuring me because I am curious about this movie. My friend told me about it, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? That movie did surprise you that much? I cannot believe in that." You also told me that, and also there is this one YouTuber couple that I do recommend a lot, by the way, especially for Gabriel and Subaru as they are Brazilians. Crazy Panda. I don't know if you guys know Crazy Panda. They actually are from this other, or they actually have this other name, right, for their channels. That is Coxinha Nerd, or Nerd Coxinha, right? But now they kind of go for their names more often, which is Crazy Panda. Crazy Panda are amazing in my opinion. Their reviews on series, their discussion videos they have been doing more lately, as well with some very interesting topics. Especially the last one that I need to watch. They were talking about anxiety. I must watch that video because they were dealing with anxiety this week, right? And then they made a whole 40 minutes discussion about anxiety. I should be watching that too. So yeah, Crazy Panda or this YouTube couple, they were also recommending or talking about how great this movie was. And I do like their taste a lot because when I was watching, for example, Dark, they were the best people to be discussing to or listening to their opinions and theories about Dark. When I was watching Dark, like in the second season and also in the third season, and then I was talking to you all here on stream that I wanted to end my stream faster or quicker so I could jump into some dark discussions. It's them, right? I was watching to their live discussions about the dark episodes because they were live streaming on YouTube, and then 1,000 people were there. Everybody theorizing scene by scene or like frame by frame on the episodes of the previous season to predict the next season. So it was freaking awesome. So I do love them a lot. My chair should keep me straight instead of allowing me to fall back to have space between my back and the back of the chair. The other thing about my chair, though, is that I think it is large. And about that, I can't do anything. I think the seat is very large, right? So basically, that's why it is kind of far from my table or from my from my monitor. A lot of big surprises this year in regard to movies, and also disappointing things, right? For example, what the heck was that Sansee trailer? I mean, you know as well that we both had no expectations for that, but it is looking so lame. And it's only February. I still don't have like crazy expectations or hopes for the movies, to be honest. But I can say that things are looking interesting to me. Like I never expected a Tetris movie. I never expected a Barbie movie. The Puss in Boots 2 movie seems to be good as well. The Mario movie too, although it's going to be somewhat short, right? They confirmed that the Mario movie will have around 90 minutes, which is kind of little, but sure. I think Cocaine Bear is releasing soon too on theaters. I have no idea what is that, but I'm not. I mean, I'm pretty sure I might not like that, right? If it is the way I'm thinking it is. Surprises can be yeah, surprises can be both good and bad. That is true. Do you know anything about the new Scream movie as well? I think it is Scream 6. I'm not sure if you are any interested in watching that, but because Scream is also another, let's say, popular franchise, that I actually have watched many movies of it. And then maybe I could consider watching the new one too. Do you know if it is already out? It's not out yet, right? They have only been promoting the trailers, I think. And then it's going to happen in New York City. I ended up walking here. Let me try fishing in here, then I go closer to the angler's hut, and then I will also return to the Hercules beetle nest so I can test it in there. I'm not sure, but I think not. Yes, I don't think it was out yet, but are you any excited for it? Maybe not, right? It's just because it is one of the few movies I know that are upcoming. Yes, I don't know about many other movies that are coming this year. Even though you did post like a list of Marvel things, right? I think. Was it a Marvel list? Oh yeah, and then I was wondering if that was like a new X-Men movie, and it was not. It was a new Fast and Furious movie, right? That got me super disappointed. So Cocaine Bear is another dumb horror flick about a true fact that happened in Canada. Oh wait, we have had this talk before, right? This is not the first time that I hear something like that. But honestly, it didn't sound appealing to me though. Yeah, it sounded too crazy to my taste. But yeah, there will also be the freaking Fast and Furious movie. After this, I will drink some water. It's another doopy dart. By the way, Sabro, have you been back to Fell Seal? Arbiter's Mark? The freaking Tactics game? Also, Gabriel, let me ask you this. Were you excited about Baten Keita's announcement on the Nintendo Direct? Also, what are your impressions of the Nintendo Direct that we had? I was wondering if you knew that game, if you have played that game, if it means anything to you. Because it is one of those not really indie but let's say underrated cult titles that I have heard about that game but I never really let's say got a direct opinion about it or a recommendation about it. So when I get to those minor game titles but that were good but still not too popular, I like to ask everybody if somebody played that and if it is worth checking because then I can start preparing myself for that too in the future, right? And honestly, it did look great. I think it was Yoda that told me that it looked a lot like Chrono Cross. That is something very positive for me to tell, to convince me to play it because I loved Chrono Cross. Subro has not gotten back to Felseal. I think Bookmark played it a little bit more though, but I still don't think she has beaten it. Either Felseal or Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, yes. And also I haven't gotten back to Xenoblade Chronicles. I have been focusing the most on Super Smash Bros. Right now, and I even posted some screenshots of the things I have found in Smash Bros., including Elite Beat Agents references and especially Golden Sun references, right? Even a spoiler, by the way. I don't know who is Matthew, but now I know there is a Matthew somewhere in Golden Sun. My guess is that it's going to happen in the sequel, but Smash Brothers spoiled me about Matthew, so we'll see eventually someday who the heck is Matthew. But Jenna was saved, at least in Smash Brothers. I didn't like to do it, but yes, I saved Jenna in freaking Smash Brothers. And also Felix. I do like the new art those characters get in Smash Brothers though. They look very professional or like realistic in Smash Brothers. Of course, in a GBA game, it's only sprites, so they don't have like a very good art. I mean, it is a good art, but like it's more towards a cartoonish direction. Yeah, in Smash Brothers, no, they kind of got to like a more realistic concept that I did like to see. It sounds too crazy to my taste, JoJo fan says, but then I will say this again. I only liked JoJo the way. First of all, I don't like everything JoJo. There are seasons in JoJo that I don't like that much. Like the beginning was not that great. Season 2 started bad but got better in the second half. And then it was thanks to season 3 and season 4 that I said, okay, I'm happy that I chose to watch this. Yeah, it's because season 3 had the whole tarot cards references that I was a big fan of, thanks to Persona. And then season 4 even got to a closer comparison or a more direct comparison to Persona, especially Persona 4. Thanks to the whole city of Morio, right? The whole city of Morio is just like the city in Persona 4. Like, a lot. The atmosphere, the problems, I got so many flashbacks between them both. So it's because of those very personal comparisons that I ended up liking JoJo so much. If it were not for that, I think I would have struggled so much more. Season 5, I was not a fan of that. It was just okay. Season 6 has been okay too, but I still haven't finished watching the final part of it, right? I only watched the first episode of the part 3. I think it is part 3, right? It's not part 2. Part 3 of Stone Ocean, which, by the way, I need to go back to that urgently, right? But I still can only watch Pokemon and Yowamushi Paddle. And I also need to go back to The Last of Us. I'm actually 2 episodes behind on The Last of Us now. Gabriel is saying it was okay. Do you know Baton Kratos? I need to be careful because sometimes I say Kratos, but Kratos is from God of War, so, it's Baton Kratos, right? Sabri is saying it could be just the concept art of the game, the new designs for the characters of Golden Sun in Smash. Even the old Final Fantasy games, they have them, even though they are somewhat pixelated and old looking. Yeah, I imagine maybe when you have like a game manual, the game manual could have a better quality or a more realistic looking concept art for the characters, right? I'm just saying that I did like them a lot in the Smash Brothers game, and then you guys can see them on Discord because I post those screenshots in there. But yes, I need to see when I'm going back to Xenoblade Chronicles. But for now, I have still been investing some time on Smash Brothers when I'm not streaming or when I'm playing something offline. Let me try fishing more because I still need to find the last fish. By the way, I just remembered that I read somewhere that it looks like Netflix is going to work in another The Witcher spin-off. Maybe Gabriel has more details on that, as I just remember the headlines, but I do have the feeling Netflix will work in another The Witcher spin-off. Meanwhile, they cancel good series or like, let's say, promising series, but they really wanna milk from like Wednesday and also The Witcher and the Stranger Things. They keep on milking from that, right? Where am I? You know what? Let's get closer to the Hercules beetle nest. Let's try fishing in here. By the way, Subaru, this is the Hercules beetle nest. I have no idea how I could miss such a big place, right? I was looking for this place for so long. I ended up finding so many other things in the process, even the angler's hut, where I got the fishing rod, but I totally missed this place out. It has this first part with the ruins, and it has a big tree that has the beetles inside of it, right? That tree right there. Yeah, this tree right here. I completely missed this area, but finally I got to it last stream. It's because it's missing a sign right in front of it. It's funny that when I found it, I was following the compass, right? And then I was just saying, I'm following the compass because I couldn't find this beetle nest place, but I don't know how far it is from me. It could be like next corner or it could be 10 kilometers away from me. And then as soon as I finished saying that, I found the place, right? I got to the letter saying Hercules Beetle Nest. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's not like 10 kilometers far from me. Yeah, as soon as I finished following the compass direction, I got here. But it does miss a sign right there. The thing that I think that happened to me was because if you look at the map, it is very close to the mysterious shrine too, right? And as you can see, there is a marker right there. That marker right there, I think it is because when I was by the Burnt Oak Station, I got directions from Nifa, the person that gave me the Beetle quest. And then Nifa said, oh, just head southwest or something. So I was like, okay, let me place a marker southwest of the Burnt Oak Station. And then that's how I think I marked that, right? Not sure though, I can be wrong. And then I think I was trying to go on that direction, but I ended up getting to the Mysterious Shrine and not to the Hercules Beetle Nest. And then I kinda assumed nothing else was there, but there was something else there. Let me try fishing in here too. No, that's another Doopy Dart. Can you do something with the extra fish? I still don't know what to do with them. Maybe I need to meet someone in another region that could either cook them or buy them. Here's the thing, Subaru. There is a region in the game. I don't know how it's called. Let me see if it is on my notes. Oh yeah, the Wash. Maybe that's the place. One of the regions of this game is called the Wash, and I think it has many water basins or like water areas. It could be lakes, rivers, I don't know. Let's say it's probably going to be this game's water level, right? My theory or my guess is that that's where I can find someone that is interested in fish. Just like right now, in another region called Acria, seems to be someone interested in beetles. That's actually what I need to do next on the beetle side quest. I need to go to Acria, that I think is up here. This is Acria, in my opinion. And then this person will do something with the beetles I got in Sansee. But I still don't know who is interested on the fish. I mean, maybe I will know after I continue the side quest, because after I find this third fish, I can try returning to the angler's hut, and then the angler will tell me, right, what's next. Maybe he will tell me about another character that could be doing something with the fish. Man, I'm getting super thirsty. Not only because I pretty much worked out a little bit in here, right? But especially because I was craving burgers so much today that I ended up buying McDonald's. And then after eating the McDonald's burgers, I'm like super thirsty. I was going to buy Burger King, but when I went out for a walk, I realized that I had the wrong credit card with me. So I was like, no, I'm going to go back home and order something online. And then online it was better for me to purchase from McDonald's instead. But regarding my health again, thank goodness it looks like I'm not fully sure, but when I went out to measure my blood pressure, it was normal. Thank goodness it's not a high pressure situation because the symptoms I'm feeling could also match high pressure, which is like feeling pain in the neck or like feeling your head heavier than normal. It could also be high pressure, but at least once I had it measured, it was normal. I should do it more often too, like check my blood pressure. But after knowing it was normal, even though I was feeling kind of weird, made me more relieved because high pressure could be a big deal, right? And my family, or part of my family, they do have a tendency or like a chance to develop such problems. My mom actually gets worried about that with me and my sister. But it looks like my pressure is okay. We'll see. Within time, we'll see what's going on. I should check it to like get two answers. But in case I have high pressure, what am I going to do? The first thing is that high pressure has no cure. So I will like cut salt, cut sugar, exercise more, try to be more peaceful, and of course, stay more alert about feeling sick or like having a possible chance of having a heart attack or something. Or I mean, I know the word in English, but I don't know the word in English. I mean, sorry, I know the word in Portuguese, but I don't know the word in English. But like having a brain damage at condition, you know, when the high pressure attacks your brain and then the blood circulation in your brain. In Portuguese, it goes to AVC, right? Or AVC, but then I don't think that's the way to refer to that in English. I'm not sure how is that in English. Yeah, high blood pressure raises the chances of heart attack and then brain damage situations. Where am I now? Oh, I'm actually in the other area, huh? No, 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 go back. Yeah, that's the thing in Portuguese suburb, yeah. High pressure, when it's not like given the proper attention, can give you the honey in Portuguese to your brain, right? Which is like it's pretty much when the blood vases, blood vases. Man, I don't know medical terms, but it's pretty much when the blood in your brain it kind of messes up with the circulation, right? It doesn't flow normally. It kind of, I don't want to say the word explode. It kind of pops maybe, and then you know it damages your brain when the blood goes to places where it shouldn't, thanks to high pressure. And then the person can get pretty much to the person can die or get some brain damage or like permanent consequences to their body and then to their mobility as well, or mental capability as well. But let's really hope it's not that that's going on with me, right? I just wanna hope it is just posture and part of it mental health and anxiety and stuff. But you know what's the shittiest part of this? The shittiest part of this is because this will bug me regarding one of the things that I have been doing since last year a lot, that I have been liking to do a lot still, right? Which is playing Pokemon Go. Which is pretty much having my phone right in my face and then capturing Pokemon and then having my neck and my head like this, right? Looking at the screen and then catching Pokemon in the streets. That's the thing. I don't want to stop doing that because it is something that not only made me feel better but also made me to meet new people and now start to make new friends and everything. But now with this, and then in case it gets worse and then it hurts, it can be a big problem to me to keep on playing Pokemon Go, right? I'm still playing it, but of course I'll need to be extra careful when I'm out playing it for longer amounts of time. For example, I'll need to, I don't know, have my phone at my face level. I will look super weird, but I'll need to do something else, you know? So that's something that's bothering me because I don't want to stop playing Pokemon Go. Somebody's saying if Pokemon is making you feel bad, jump into Digimon. But then tell me, what is there in Digimon for me, right? Because you guys were saying that the last Digimon conference sucked. They only talked about Digimon World port and nothing else. But to be honest, things are not looking promising to Pokemon either, right? I gotta be really honest. I'm really losing my drive to Pokemon games in general. I was really thinking that I would be more hyped for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And maybe even if it didn't have the bugs and glitches and problems, I'm not really sure if I would still love it, right? Especially because of the new mechanic that did not get to me. I don't want to say the game is bad or completely bad, because I could see some evolution in comparison to the previous games. Of course, the open world being the biggest evolution and change, and I like that. But in general, it's been so hard for me to like really feel crazy for the new Pokemon games that it makes me to prefer playing Pokemon Go or watching the anime. Speaking on the anime, we got some news on the next season of the anime. By the end of the current Ash episodes, or Ash Ketchum last episodes, which by the way, this week's episode was very, very interesting. And I even remembered of you, Subaru, because one of your favorite Pokemon, if not your favorite, is Fearow, right? Fearow was not in this episode, but Spearow was. And Spearow took a big part in that episode, together with another very somewhat underrated Pokemon. So this week's Pokemon episode was very interesting, because they gave us new perspectives of some very different Pokemon, especially Spearow in that case. So yeah, it was a somewhat good episode thanks to that. Spearow is already a start. Yeah, you like that episode. I don't want to say what happens with Spearow and also this other Pokemon too, because I would be spoiling it completely to you, but knowing that Spearow is important in that episode, you should check it out. It was a very, I mean, it is still a very predictable, and it goes on a formula that they have gone for multiple times. It is the formula of like Pikachu and Ash got separated and then they need to go on an adventure to find each other, you know? So it's pretty much Team Rocket attacking them and trying to kidnap Pikachu, and then in the process, in the battle, Pikachu and Ash, they get separated and then they need to reunite. And then in order for them to reunite, they will also meet new Pokemon, and then those new Pokemon will help them to reunite. That's where Spearow comes in, right? And also some other Pokemon. But it was interesting, even though those episodes have happened before in multiple seasons of Pokemon. But this time they did something to Pokemon that we never expected them to do, like Spearow and another one, and also a third one too. That's why it is worth checking. Also, what the heck? Yeah, sometimes it glitches like that, right? Am I leaving the region again? I'm not. I'm getting closer to the chum lair. You know what? Let's go closer to it then. But I was going to say something else. By the end of the Ash Ketchum Pokemon episodes, we are getting grasps or tiny details or news on the upcoming next season of Pokemon, the complete new season. Last week they talked about Rika. Wait, how is she called? Yes, I think it is Rika, right? Rika and Roy. Roy is the other character. Last weekend they talked about Rika, the girl, and this week they talked about Roy. We don't know much about them still, but now we know that Rika is from Paldea, the newest region, and Roy is from Kanto. But Roy also carries or has a new Pokeball. It is like a complete golden, I mean, it's not golden, it's kind of ancient Pokeball that has a tiny red gem and a tiny blue gem as well. It is hard to describe because it is a very crazy looking Pokeball. It is not really golden, but it is kind of beige, but not like a boring beige. It's like a rich colored beige. I'm not sure how to describe that. Anyway, they created a new Pokeball. So I don't know if you guys remember the GS Pokeball from like just after the Pokemon League in the first season of Pokemon, that Ash then travels to the Orange Islands and then he needs to uncover the mystery of the GS Pokeball. And then it was such a, I don't know, such a mystery for so many years because they actually never answered that officially. Although the theories and the stories and the rumors they point that the GS Pokeball had a Celebi inside of it, but then the directors, the producers, they decided to give Celebi a movie and then they wanted the fans to completely forget about the GS ball. Well, years later, now they are coming up with another mysterious Pokeball. Will they finally give answers or like give a conclusion to a mysterious Pokeball in the anime? I hope this time they won't commit the same mistake. But yeah, it is a crazy new fancy looking Pokeball. Yeah, Summer was thinking on the GS Pokeball. Yeah, the GS Pokeball is something the Pokemon Company wants you to forget. And by the way, because I mentioned the Orange Islands, the next episode with Ash will bring back Lapras. Yeah, the Lapras that he used to travel around the Orange Islands will be back next week together with Heracross, Bayleaf, Surfetch, and do I remember any other Pokemon in his team next week's episode? I don't. But yeah, Bayleaf, Kingler. Kingler will be on the next episode too. This one episode we had Snivy as like the returning Pokemon from his team, right? Yeah, we only had Snivy and then we had Pikachu, of course, and the rest of the episode's plot. I'm still curious if they are going to return with Primeape and Pidgeot. They kind of promised that they would be bringing every Pokemon from Ash back, but you know, they are kind of at half point or even more than half on the episodes, and we haven't seen many Pokemon still, especially Primeape, Pidgeot, some others too, like Gliscor, Gudra. I have no idea if they will be able to fulfill their promise. So from the looks of my progression today, I think we'll be only fishing, or we'll be only fishing today. Because it is... I can still stream for like 40 minutes, but at this rate, I'm not sure if I'll be able to complete the fishing side quest and start something else, right? So I have the feeling today's goal will be the fishing. Maybe he's not in here. Let's try getting closer to the cartographer's balloon. This mask really remind me of one of the boss's mask from Majora's Mask. If not the... Is it the first boss? No, 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 it's probably the third boss. You know what? Let me check the masks again. Actually, his song. By the way, I completely forgot to ask you guys this. Is my mic volume okay? Because when I started the stream, my mic was not working. It's because of OBS. OBS sometimes, especially when it updates, it restarts the configurations or the settings for the mic. So when I started the stream, my mic was not set, so I had to set it once I realized it was not working. But then I wasn't sure if the volume was good. I'm scared of it being too loud. Is my mic normal? Like, somebody's asking, what is the utility of the thing that's spinning around his face? I don't know. I think it is. I think it is supposed to be a compass, like a mechanical compass. You think it is okay? Do you think it is the same as always? Honestly, it may be the same as always, like the volume setting. It's just because when I'm now paying attention to how the audio raises or the frequencies are getting high, it looks it's too loud, but it's probably always like that. I'm not sure though. So I was worried of my mic being too loud, but as nobody complained so far, so probably it's good, right? I'm just worrying about it too much. Somebody's saying that's why he never got so many Pokemon. I agree. He could have gotten so many more Pokemon, right? But with these 11 episodes to complete his journey, we are kind of getting the answer to like what is it to be or to become a Pokemon master. And it's actually funny because the message that they have been portraying the most so far is that for you to be a Pokemon master, you need to be easy to connect with Pokemon. So basically Ash has this ability of understanding what Pokemon think, what they want, how they behave, and then he communicates with them very easily and in a very good way, no matter the Pokemon. So that's kind of the idea they are trying to portray of what's to be a Pokemon master. And because of this one ability Ash has, it is kind of contradictory, or it's kind of the opposite of how the cartoon has started, right? Or how the anime has started. Because if Ash connects to Pokemon that easily, and then as those episodes have been going on, we have been seeing it happening, we kinda see that Ash doesn't necessarily need to capture Pokemon, because he doesn't need to capture them in order to become their friends, or in order to like get their help, or in order to understand how they feel like. You know, Ash simply connects to Pokemon and he makes them his friend, or like he becomes their friends. Wait, he becomes their friend. There we go. And then he doesn't need to capture them, especially if he already has enough Pokemon to be battling. But it goes against the beginning of the anime because in the beginning of the anime it's like what they use it to advertise. If you want to become a Pokemon master, you gotta catch them all. And that's not the answer they are giving us. They are giving us or telling us that, oh, to become a Pokemon master, you just need to understand Pokemon, you gotta know what they want, how they feel, how can you help them. You just need to understand them, not necessarily capture them. So that's the contrast of becoming a Pokemon master. Also, hi Yoda, what's up, man? Sabaru saying, I don't remember Sabaru actually changing his volume settings so he thinks everything's okay. Okay, so good, because it's just that when I'm now looking at my OBS and my mic showing me the freaking audio level getting to like the max of the bar, it kind of gets me worried because that looks like too loud, but it could just be my impression. And I also don't remember ever dropping my mic volume on OBS either, so it's probably like this always, but I just got kind of shocked because it looks like it's too loud. But there we go. That means that Ash is going to spy on his opponent's Pokemon. He's going to spy on his opponent's Pokemon? Wait. What do you mean by that? How is he going to do that? And that's actually something that Ash should have done, right? Especially in his competitions, because one of the things that people criticized the most was how some of Ash's opponents were getting themselves prepared for Ash's team, but Ash would always use his same Pokemon. So he would be always easy to predict, like which Pokemon he would be using. Somebody is saying Pikachu used it to hate Ash, Charizard used it to hate Ash, Primeape used it to hate Ash. Yes, Sabur, but then he kinda learned how to connect to those Pokemon, right? If you watch the episode that I'm saying, Sabur, this week's episode, you know what? I'm going to spoil it already to you, man. All of those Pokemon will hate Ash at first, right? At least the aggressive ones. For example, is Spearow, the one I'm telling you to go check. But even Spearow can be understood by Ash if you watch the episode. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, some Pokemon are harder to connect. For example, in another episode in this series, Ash befriended the Beedrill. And it's funny because in the past, I think it was in Johto, Ash captured a Beedrill in one of the bug contests. But then he released him, right, after the contest was over. But I kind of think this one Beedrill reconnection during these 11 episodes could have been a, slightly reference or a slight reference to the Beedrill he captured in the past for the bug contest. Just a theory. By the way, I was googling the masks, right? I forgot to finish that. Majora's Mask, boss masks. Yeah, he reminds me of... Oh, it was the fourth mask. Yeah, he reminds me of the fourth mask, that one. That's the fourth boss, right? This is the first. This is Goat. This is Georg, my least favorite. And this is Twin Mode, I think. Yeah, the mask of the cartographer reminds me of that mask. How can you connect with Primeape? Just give him food. I think food is the best way to connect to Pokemon. That's the lesson you get when you go to a Pokemon Safari Zone, right? You just need to throw food to them, throw bait, and then everyone can be happy. Oh, actually what Subway is saying is like how to connect to Primeape, just give him to another person to train Primeape, right? That's the thing, I do hope that Primeape returns in these final episodes, because they kinda gave us that promise, And then he left Primeape training with like that one guy that had Hitmonchan, but he never returned. Oh, you know what, Summer? Maybe you're right. Maybe that's the destiny of Beedrill. Summer is saying that didn't Ash give Beedrill to that one trainer that used to love yellow Pokemon like Electabuzz because she was a big fan of the Electabuzz baseball team. It could have been that, yeah. She used to dress like a baseball player as well. That's true. Maybe she was also competing in that bug contest. I'm pretty sure he got the Beedrill in a bug contest. But then how he released the Beedrill or got rid of Beedrill, then I don't remember. I'm back here, but I just want to fish, right? But yeah, guys, those episodes are so far portraying that for you to become a Pokemon Master, you just need to know how to connect, understand, talk, and befriend Pokemon. That's what a Pokemon Master is. You don't need to catch them all, right? At least so far, that's the message. You only need to catch them all in this game, in Sable. And we haven't got them all. Let's try again. Oh yeah, it was the Johto's bug contest. Just on a side note regarding Pokemon topics still, I was watching a video that this one guy made, and he was debating about the most relaxing places in Kanto. But we could also expand that idea to like the entire Pokemon franchise. And then I will tell you this, do you think you could have your most relaxing place in Pokemon games? In his list, he listed Piltover City in Kanto as like number 5. Then he listed Viridian Forest. That was an interesting pick in my opinion. I don't think Viridian Forest is that relaxing. Actually, it has something disturbing about it in my opinion thanks to its music. But yeah, he thought that Viridian Forest was somewhat relaxing. He had Fuchsia City too. I think I'm forgetting another pick he got. But the number one spot, in his opinion, was Vermilion City. And it's funny because Vermilion City is where I would live if I were in Kanto. Yeah, Vermilion City is my favorite city in Kanto. Yeah, to become a Pokemon Master, you had to catch them all and also win the league. It's like the messages in anime. The journey is the friends we made along the way. It kinda got around those lines now, yeah. Like the journey is more important than the conclusion, right? Or like the rewards in the end. Not to mention that the friends you make in the way are how you kind of get to the rewards in the end, especially in Pokemon. Because, for example, Ash would not have won the World Cup without the help of Pikachu, especially. So, I believe that's also another message. But as Sabro said, like Bug Contest, one of my most relaxing places in Pokemon is the National Park in Johto. Yeah, I'm not fully sure if I would say that's number 1, but totally in my top 5. Actually, National Park, Aquatic City, Canalave City as well in Sinnoh. Um, that place in Unova, Undella Town. In X and Y, I used to love Any Star City a lot. So I think Any Star City is very relaxing. Can I think on any other relaxing place? Honestly, I think Cinnabar Island is also a very good relaxing place. I'm actually surprised that he did not get Cinnabar Island as an option. The twist interpretation is that if you capture all Pokemon, then no one else can have Pokemon to compete with you. I mean, but then you are getting it to like the most extreme interpretation ever, right, Yoda? If you really get them all, then sure, no one will have Pokemon to compete against you. But what they were actually trying to do is to like get one of each, right? Complete the Pokédex, pretty much. You know something that I never understood, honestly? How come Pokemon that you trade instantly obey the new trainer? That never made sense to me. Does it make sense to any of you? It makes no sense. Let's suppose that, I don't know, I'm a. How is it called? Okay, I was going to say that I'm a younger, one of those trainer class, younger Joey, for example, that trains the Rattatas. But let's go bug catcher then. I'm a bug catcher, and then I'm like at level 10, and then suddenly I meet a dragon tamer. The dragon tamer has a Dragonite level, I don't know, 60. And then I trade my Caterpie for the dragon tamer's Dragonite. I get a freaking OP Dragonite, and the Dragonite will obey me? I mean, I'm exaggerating this because I also know in the games you gotta have the badges so the Pokemon can obey you, but it makes no sense. You know, how come they obey the new people after a Pokemon trade like that? I know that they came up with the trading mechanic to make things more interesting, to make real people to interact with each other so they could trade Pokemon with each other like they were, I don't know, stamps or cards, so it's the fun thing about trading cards. Then let's trade Pokemon. But a Pokemon obeying another trainer just because they were traded, it makes no sense to me because the the, the new trainer may not be as strong as you, or like the new trainer could be completely different than your level. Maybe the new trainer, if the new trainer found this one Pokemon you are trading to him or to her in the wild, that person could not capture that Pokemon you are trading. I don't know, it just makes no sense to me. But it's how the game goes, and the enemy. In Cinnabar, you won't try to relax. What if the volcano starts erupting? I mean, there is that, right? And you know, right, Saber, that in Pokemon Gold and Silver Crystal, you know what happened to Cinnabar Island in there, don't you? Let me know if you know that. Maybe it is better for you to visit Cinnabar Island after Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Which, by the way, now that I'm thinking about it, the Pokemon games are freaking dark, aren't they? They are, for sure. Pokemon is dark. But when I remember something like that right now, it makes me think like, holy shit, they did that like super early in the games. And I think about the poor kids, right? But man, Pokemon is dark. Like in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, they want to flood the world. And then you are a little kid playing that. It is Pokemon, it's the concept of like Wait, of giving what, Sabru? It's the concept of giving something to whoever you want to be your friend and locking him in a Pokeball. That whole idea makes no sense. Yeah, you're kind of trapping your friend in a Pokeball, right? And then asking your friend to fight for you, like this Butterfree. No, that's not going to work. That could work. But it's another Doopy. If only there were shiny fish in here, right? That could have been awesome. Oh, I see, I see. A Pokeball gives a brainwash to Pokemon? Where am I? I'm up there and I'm not finding anything new. In that case, let's try fishing closer to the Dunboyne. So a Pokeball gives a brainwash to Pokemon, and the Pokemon that doesn't obey is the one that's trying to resist to the brainwashing. That's an interesting way to see it. But I also never understood, and we were having that talk the other day with Bookmark, right, Subaru? I never understood how come that badges are the way to classify a trainer's level. It never made sense to me because there are gym leaders that are so trash, so damn trash. First of all, because all of them pretty much don't have a full six Pokemon team, right? Yeah, gym leaders are not a challenge for most parts. I don't want to also say none of them, some are. Like Whitney. Do you guys remember Miltank? Yeah, Whitney is a threat, but let's say she's an exception. But most gym leaders are lame. So you should not feel too proud because you beat the gym leaders. So how is that going to really prove that you are a freaking OP Pokemon trainer, right? I think that fighting your rival sometimes gives you a bigger challenge because your rival will have a more varied Pokemon team, right? Do I pretend to play We Happy Few? Probably not. But then why is that? We Happy Few is that game that has many people wearing masks, right? That kinda reminds me a little bit of Bioshock for some reason. Maybe they can make Pokeballs like VR headsets. So Pokemon would be like playing wait. So Pokemon would be like playing VR games inside? Did you know something about Pokeballs that they explained in Pokemon Journeys? Was it in Pokemon Journeys or in a Pokemon movie? I think it was in Pokemon Journeys. Did you know that? Have you ever asked yourself how Pokemon can fit inside of a Pokeball? I do think it was in Pokemon Journeys that they explained that. The way Pokemon fit in a Pokeball has never been thanks to the Pokeball technology. You could assume that, oh yeah, it's the Pokeball, it's a device that will shrink the Pokemon so they can fit in the Pokeball. No, actually, they explained that Pokemon themselves, they do have the property, the capability in them to shrink. And then it's just that the Pokeball is like the perfect house or home or place for them to shrink. It's not thanks to the Pokeball technology, it's because Pokemon can shrink. So, fun fact for you all. what they do with the population in We Happy Few, it's basically what games and the Pokemon anime has been doing with the fans. I'm not playing We Happy Few, Subaru, so in case also the others here don't mind getting spoiled, you can tell me what do they do there then. I'm not playing that game. Not at all. Not in my plans. By the way, as I'm almost running short on time, although I could also do some, let's say, hacking, right, on my timing here. I could stream for a bit longer in case I still can't solve this puzzle, but I might want to ask you guys for some help, like where do you think I should try fishing, and then let's see if somebody is lucky enough to tell me the right spot. By hacking, I mean that I can put my phone to record the TV show that I'm going to watch in an hour. Actually, not in an hour, in like 15 minutes. And then that would give me maybe an hour more to stream. Oh, maybe it was in Legend Arceus, not really in Pokemon Journeys or in the movies. In Legend Arceus, they have that explanation that Pokemon have this ability to shrink, and Pokeball forces them to do it. I still gotta play Legend Arceus or, watch a throughout, is that the word? No, just watch a playthrough that goes deep in the game, because I just watched like this one streamer playing it randomly, so I did not get to the lore of the game. But yeah. So it was in Legend Arceus. I think you are right. Are you guys any excited for the Pokemon Day in the February 27th? The only thing people believe will be announcing there, at least with the greatest chances to be there, is like either a Pokemon collection or games collection with the Game Boy games or maybe even the GBA games coming for the Switch now that we got the Game Boy the Game Boy games there, and also the Game Boy Advance games there too, with that um, virtual console like option in the Nintendo Switch Online. So people think the ports of the old games will come to the Switch on the 27th, on the Pokemon Day. Probably some news on Detective Pikachu 2. Maybe some news on Pokemon Sleep, because nobody knows what happened to Pokemon Sleep. Some people also theorize we might be getting a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game again, because in the website of this Pokemon Day, right, when you check the code of the website, it says Chumsoft. And Chumsoft is a company that has developed some other Mystery Dungeon games. So some people do think there might be a new Mystery Dungeon game coming up. And then besides that, maybe some Pokemon Go news, Pokemon Unite. Maybe they could also show us a new main Pokemon game, or even a remake. Or a DLC. You know what? Maybe it's a Scarlet and Violet DLC, who knows? But I'm not sure. So Summer is saying that in We Happy Few, the population is forced to take a drug daily that's called joy. And then joy makes them to feel happy and see the world as a happy place. But if they don't take that pill, or if they stop taking joy, they start really seeing how the world looks like. Honestly, Silver, that's a very promising plot. Yeah, you did make me more curious about the game. It reminds me of some sci-fi stories, right? I don't remember which sci-fi story that I'm thinking right now, but if I had to guess, maybe something by Philip K. Dick. But then I don't know which story. I don't think it is the one that inspired Blade Runner, maybe. But it sounds a lot like a sci-fi plot, right? Either Philip K. Dick or the creators of The Matrix as well, right? That does sound very familiar. What if there is a Pokemon that has a power similar to a Pokeball? So it can devour other Pokemon? That's. I wish that Pokemon could have been a Voltorb. Like a original Voltorb. You made me remember the Mewtwo movie, right? The first movie that Mewtwo had those Pokeballs that he captured the other Pokemon, even from the other trainers, right? And then not only that, Mewtwo cloned the original Pokemon too. So Mewtwo could be a Pokemon trainer like he was actually in that movie. But I also thought about how Pokemon can freely decide by themselves to like leave the Pokeball, right? So, like for example, Misty Psyduck. Yeah, Misty Psyduck used to leave the Pokeball by his own choice. I'm checking my phone very quickly. Okay, there is nothing there. And by the look of time, I think I will need to record my TV show. So I'll have it ready in here. And then with that, I can stream for a little bit longer, right? And watch the TV show after the stream. Wait, is it happening earlier because of Carnival by any chance? Because oh my god, it is happening right now, isn't it? Oh, seriously? I need to log in again? Come on. Oh boy. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I'm in. There we go. So the TV show started earlier, I believe. Because they are going to air the Carnival Parade, right? So this is good that I checked, because then I hope I will have enough time to go back to the beginning of the TV show. Yeah, the TV show is being aired right now. Can I go back in here in time? I could. Okay, get closer to the beginning. Right there, I think. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, pause there. Oh my god, wait, it reset. Go back. There we go. Pause there, and then once I'm done with my stream, I go watch it. Subber saying Carnival has been bugging it to vary, or like it's no news that Carnival has been bugging everything. Yeah, nice of them to be considerate. Wait, wait. How? What do you mean by that? To be considerate to like make the TV show to be aired earlier so the Carnival could happen on TV? Or do you mean like ironically that they haven't really told? I mean, maybe they have told somewhere that the TV show would be aired earlier thanks to Carnival, but I completely missed that out. But at least on the TV show, or actually I should say on the TV channels app, you can kind of go back a little bit on the time, right, of the live TV shows to catch it from the beginning, but it has a limit of like 1 hour. So basically, if I want to watch something that was aired, but it's like more than an hour ago, I won't be able to do it. At least by using the free. version of the app. Maybe if I use the paid version of the app, I could watch the entire show no matter the time I choose it. But in the free version of the app, I have this limitation of an hour, right? Because that's the limit of the time that I can scroll back in the timeline, pretty much. Regarding Carnival, I used to like watching the TV show, or maybe I should say the the parade on TV. I used to like watching that, but not anymore that much. Especially because it's been so um, not that it happens every time, but let's say in the past years there have been some tragedies happening in Carnival. For example, the other Carnival a couple years ago, there was an accident that killed a person, and it was such a mess, that accident, because they pretty much um, what is the word, they were turning a car, right, a carnival car, like a parade car. They were turning it to make a turn, but they were not realizing that the car was pressing or like getting to a person between the car and the wall. So the person got crushed. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, the person got freaking crushed. And then nobody was seeing that happening or like stopping the car from moving to like not crush the person. And then they had to interrupt the parade, but then the organizers or like the people in charge, they were like, no, continue the carnival, it's my show, it must not stop. And then people were like, no, but there was a crime that happened here, like the person got crushed. So it was such a a nightmare, that it was horrible because the accident has happened. It was horrible because the organizers or like the people behind the organization of the carnival parade, they were like, the show must go on because it's going to delay everything, and then where is my profit, and all of that BS. And then once I heard the news, I was like, how can people celebrate with news like that? Not to mention some other problems too, that there are many thieves. Sometimes it's not safe to go to the parades, especially to the street parades. When I was talking about my day today, I was actually saying how surprised and happy I was to notice that my city was super peaceful. I do think that everybody traveled to Rio to go to the parades there. My friend actually went there. Hopefully she's okay. But it is a big risk. Something else though that I have been noticing? I was hearing this one story too of like this person that I know. He's not really my friend, but I kind of, it's like a acquaintance, I believe that's the word in English. He was telling me that he traveled like in the past week to the beach, and then he realized how people were stressed and fighting so much. Like even in hotels and inns, and also people in the stores, like you would like to stop by a store to like buy a souvenir or something, or check the clothes in there. People were like not looking at your face, not replying you good morning or good night or something. He realized that people were super, stressed out by this time. I mean, of course, it depends, like, where you go and where you live and what's going on in that place or to people in that place. That's why I'm saying that it can either be a very fun moment, or like you can have a lot of fun, or actually have a lot of stress, because you can get robbed, or you can interact with stressed people, or like you can get stuck in traffic, or you can hear those news of like people getting crushed in the carnival parade, and then the organization was not doing anything to save the person, or to stop the parade so the police could enter there and investigate. Anyway, there is a lot of BS too that can happen. That the best to me to like keep my mental health and like keep me safe is to pretty much avoid that. But in the past, I used to be a little bit more considerate towards Carnival. I used to like watching the parade on TV at least, because even though tragedies can happen, like the one I said, there is a lot of creativity in there. They do tell stories. Most of times, they are social like stories that have good reasons behind them, or they have uh, good motives behind them. I used to cheer for my samba school too, or a couple samba schools of my preference. But lately, that magic has lost in me a lot. So, Yoda is saying my sponsors. Yeah, the people are organizing the carnival parade. They would be like, "Oh yeah, my sponsors, right?" Actually, their sponsors would prefer if they took the right decision of like, "Hey, you should actually take care of the person that got to the accident, or the bad news would become worse, right?" At least, for example, in the TV show that I'm talking about, which is Big Brother Brazil, sometimes big shit happen there. It's pretty much in every year, in every edition. There is always a different situation that happens in those shows, right? In this year, it's been about toxic relationship. There was a couple there. The guy was kind of being toxic to the girl, and then it brought up a whole discussion in Brazil about toxic relationship. How the girl, or how, let's say, someone, a partner in a toxic relationship, never realizes they are in a toxic relationship, but all of the friends, everybody around them, whoever is observing it, spots that, like, man, that person is being so toxic to the other, and then if it's not taken care of, it could become a raise into violence, even mental or like physical violence. And then, the situation got so bad that the TV show organization had to say something to the couple, and they did that. And then if they didn't do that, the sponsors would be super upset, because the population, the Brazilians, were all pressuring the sponsors and the TV show to like, guys, you gotta do something, because it's a clear case of toxic relationship. We don't wanna be watching that before going to bed, or like, that's not entertaining. It is a serious problem. Many families, many couples, many people are under that, and then something should be said, or done about that. So the pressure to the sponsors and also to the organizers or the people behind the show exists. And in that case, also in the carnival accident, they should have stopped everything, because a person's life is more important than, I don't know, let's say, I'm not sure how many people were there celebrating carnival, but no matter how many were there, the person's life was more important. But some people don't realize that at the moment, especially when they are drunk or anything, which is also a big thing in carnival. But to be very honest, guys, there are some very shitty people. um, Maybe they thought that toxicity is normal, like how their parents treat each others. uh, and also sometimes, let's say, someone behind the TV show, they will try to hope people don't notice that, or they don't talk about it, or that they can skip it. But as everyone was on Twitter bringing it up, showing the clips, um, talking to the sponsors, and pretty much making it more evident, they had to take an action, and thank goodness they took an action, because there were other years that they didn't do anything about other serious problems that could be about prejudice, racism, religion matters. Another thing that was also a big deal on this edition, or on this year, is harassment as well. But regarding the harassment cases, the directors, the producers, they still haven't done anything. But many people on the internet were showing, let's say, clips and proofs that harassment also happened, but nothing was done, or no punishment was done to the people in the show about that, because everything was like taken as a, as let's say as a play, right? They were just playing with each other, when it was not really just that, because one person was clearly like saying no, while the other one really wanted to kiss the person and kind of forcing it. So there are limits that they sometimes ignore, because it is kind of taken as normal here when it's not. So these TV shows, and then Brazil in general has all sorts of problems like that. But I was going to say that there are some shit people there for real, because sometimes I do like checking out, for example, random streams, when I'm not like on YouTube checking the news on YouTube or anything, or when I'm not playing games. I sometimes go browse the streams, and sometimes I check IRL streams, right? There was like this week that this happened. I stopped by a stream of like a group of friends that they were like the worst ever. Like they could only speak to themselves like by cursing, and then everything they were saying to each other was like um, a reason to make fun of the other. It was like super toxic. Anyone on the chat was also getting attacked and cursed. And the worst, which is actually illegal on Twitch, and it should be illegal anywhere, but it's not in Brazil anymore thanks to the previous president. Although this is also not illegal in the US too, right? And maybe in other countries as well, but the worst was that they brought up a gun. The guy had a gun at his home. I want to believe deep down that the gun was like fake, but it did not look like a fake gun. So anyway, that kind of blew my mind and showed me that, yep, there are some shitty people out there, and also here in Brazil, because they were Brazilians. So I was like, holy shit, that explains why we had, let's say, the president we had 4 years ago and everything. But I was like, I cannot believe this group of people are like living the life they are living. Like they are hanging out, supposedly having fun with like cursing each other, saying BS, making fun of each other, humiliating each other, humiliating whoever was stopping by, and then even like having guns involved, just to, I don't know, maybe one of those friends feeling like, oh, I'm such a man, I have such power because I own a gun, and this gun proves how badass I am. When I saw that, I was like, this is the worst, and unfortunately it's real life to some people. Anyway, that was so shocking and worrisome even, because out of those people, because they were a group of four, let's say that two of them had hopes to become better people. The other two were like so toxic. I have the feeling those other two were corrupting the others, like whoever is in your life, like whoever you spend time with, or like whoever you allow to be in your life, directly or indirectly will impact your life, and then will either inspire you or change you or motivate you, will influence you somehow. And then it depends on the levels of like degrees, right? It can be a lot or little. But whatever you consume, or like whoever you have around you, will somewhat change you, or like will somewhat model you or something. So basically, I want to believe that two of those four people were somewhat good people, but they were with horrible, toxic friends that were making them horrible and toxic too. Anyway, but I was like, I cannot believe this is a thing to some friends in Brazil. and also in the world, but especially shocking to me in Brazil. And then also, Yoda, I also guess those friends were like that thanks to their parents' influence. I do think so. Probably their parents were also a bunch of bad parents that prefer to teach their kids about how to be rude, bold, proud, and I don't know, uh, to be less nice to others, and then like to just humiliate the others because you are the one that matters, and then who cares for the rest, and then nobody's your friend, or like who cares for feelings, or who cares for whatever. Probably that's the parents they had too. I mean, I can be wrong as well. I don't want to be judgmental. There is a chance, let's say, that maybe someone in those families were with a nice heart, and then the person tried to educate the children, but sadly society or something else corrupted the children to to them to become what they have become. There was even a video that I have watched about that. That was a car alarm, but then it stopped, thank goodness. There was even a video that I watched about that sometimes parents should not feel guilty for their children's actions, because sometimes it's not the parents' fault, um, but it is the parents' job to um, take part when the children doesn't behave right. I remember, actually, this that I'm saying has something to do with the example I was saying about the TV show of like a toxic relationship. The families of the two participants, or like the two people in the toxic relationship in the show, they talk to each other outside of the TV show, right? Because they were watching the TV show. So the parents of those two people involved, they talk to each other saying that I'm sorry about my kid's behavior. That's not how I raised the kid. We will talk to him and take care of him or her. We will do something about our children. Yeah, the parents took some responsibility, even though it was not their fault per se, because that's not how they pretty much raise their children. So that happened to the toxic relationship in the show too. The families took part on it. Maybe they thought the toxicity is normal, like how their parents treat each other. Scrutinizing it would reduce the fun. What is scrutinizing though? That's a uncommon word. To examine? Scrutinizing implies a looking over carefully and searchingly in order to observe the minutest details. To like examine with like a lot of attention. Then there are a few fighting game. Wait, there are a few fighting game pros who are toxic and curse a lot, and their fans like it. Yeah, I have the feeling that how can I say this? I have the feeling that for some reason, if those are the people you have around you, and then I'm not sure what were the conditions that brought those people around you or like in your life circle, that's what you little by little start becoming, you know? So, like those fans that start supporting those fighting game pros that are BS and curse a lot and everything, they probably got to those people thanks to their, let's say, game ability. Like, oh yes, I like how you play the fighting game, so I'll keep watching you because you are such a good player of this game, right? But then indirectly, the person is also showing the watcher or the spectator their personality and how their personality is toxic. And then the watcher is absorbing that and also thinking that it's cool, it's fun, it's right, it's what it is to become popular or famous or super good at the fighting game or to become a champion. That's how I need to be. That's how, and then little by little the person will start becoming that. Also, hi to mode. What's up, man? Sometimes the parents were nice, but they spoil their kids and let them misbehave. Sometimes, yeah, but at other times, I think that the kids just, um, end up getting other inspirations or like other influences in their lives that not their parents, and then they end up becoming something completely different than how their parents raised them, which sometimes can be good. For example, for the better, sometimes parents can be shitty to their children, and then some children can learn better ways to become a better person outside of their family circle. But other times it can also be bad. It just depends who you have around you, basically. I do believe that we are what we consume a lot. So if you just keep like toxic friends, toxic people around you, you end up absorbing so much of that that you need to also release it. And then you end up releasing it at other people. If you just get fed on negativity, that's all you have to offer pretty much, and then you end up spreading that too in like a infinite loop. But I was really sad to see that group of friends. Maybe they think, and I do think they are somewhat happy, but they are so damn toxic, guys. You could not have a dialogue with them that they would like tell you to, I don't know, F yourself or like shut the F up. Anything you could tell them was like a reason to be stressed out, to be mad. And I really feel bad in case they start a family, like whoever dates them or something. Because they were also that kind of people of like, they were kind of talking about women too, right? Or like dating and something. And then I was like, holy shit, the girls or whoever starts to date these people, I'm like, I feel so bad for them. Chill mode, what's up, man? I hope you had a good chilling with them. I did, man, but I got to the physical situation. I think you were here, right, when I talked about that. But I'm feeling better now, at least in the past days, in comparison to the beginning of the week. And then I will be doing more physical activity. I'm starting Pilates. Outros told me to say that word in Portuguese. Yeah, Pilates, which is like a physical exercise. After Carnival, though, so like in 2 weeks, because this next week it's not going to open the gym. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. It's going to stretch my body and my muscles and strengthen my neck and shoulders, right? Dang, that's the truth though. Once toxicity becomes the way it's wrong, that's why you gotta really filter whatever you have in your lives, right? Because sometimes people get blind, either in a toxic relationship or in a toxic friendship or in a toxic family or in watching toxicity from, I don't know, streamers or people you admire or YouTubers. Or you need to stay alert, like, and kind of filter. But some people don't filter or they are dragged into that, so they end up becoming it as well, right? Choose the people wisely, sir. Carnival big time. Do you like Carnival to mode? How is Carnival in the Netherlands? Like I was saying earlier, I have now mixed feelings towards Carnival. I just don't celebrate as much as I used to in the past, right? I would rather do something else during the Carnival holiday, either traveling or meeting my friends, but sadly, my friends are now traveling or going to Carnival parades. Don't lose your bike, I'm fine. It's one drunk bunch. You have never been there, but it's number one drunk party. In Brazil, I gotta say it's number one sex party, right? Yeah, people pretty much love carnival in here to just what is the word? Uh, I think it's hookup or something. But you know what? I wanna really believe that this year at least things are more chill. Like I was saying, the city today was super peaceful. I still haven't heard bad news on this carnival. I really want to believe that there are some very positive carnival parades going on without many problems, without many thieves, with security and everything, and things being organized. Because there is good in carnival. Like, there are some carnival parades, especially the smaller ones, that can be very fun and enjoyable and like not make you uncomfortable. But on the other hand, when it gets super crowded and then there is no security and then I don't know, some crazy people decide to go there and start fights or start robbing others, then that's the situation, that's the problem. Rio is the number one carnival spot. Chill mode, what if I told you that Rio may not be the number one carnival spot in Brazil? Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, chill mode. What if I told you that? I mean, carnival the way you think of it, sure, Rio would be the number one. But in Brazil itself, carnival can be celebrated very differently between the states. For example, some people would defend or say that the biggest one spot in Brazil for carnival is not Rio, it is Salvador. Yeah, Salvador in a state called Bahia. Which, fun fact, Salvador was. I'm pretty sure though, I mean, I'm not good in history, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I'm kind of pretty sure that Salvador used to be the first ever Brazilian capital. And then it changed to Rio, and then now it's Brasilia. Yeah, Brazil's capital today is Brasilia, but Salvador was the first one. And then Rio for some time, and then Brasilia, right? It was Rio while they were building Brasilia. And then now it's Brasilia. Salvador. And then in Salvador, how is it like? It is not with the big parades of people dressing like the costumes and everything. No, in Salvador, it's like they have big cars or like truck like cars that have huge speakers, and then on top of them they have artists, and then those artists will be making like live concerts while the car is driving across the city streets while people are following the cars. That's how carnival is in there, right? It's pretty much about concerts that happen in the whole city when people are following the cars that have the artists on top of the car or on top of the truck. And many say that is the biggest parade or the best parade in Brazil. And those cars, they will be with artists, or like they will be around this one very specific Brazilian music genre. It's better for me to type it on the chat, right? Yeah, that's the name of the music genre. In case you guys are curious, you can kind of pick that and Google it on YouTube to listen to some tracks about that music genre. It's called Axé. I know it's spelled like X, but it's read in Portuguese like Axé. So yeah, they will be playing Axé music, and then that's pretty much how Carnival is in there. It's not even samba, right? In Rio, it's samba. No, in there, in Salvador, it's Axé. So just to give you an example, man. And then in Minas Gerais, another state in Brazil, The carnival in there is also different. Then carnival in there has more students as well from the universities. It has more drunk people too, in my opinion. But many people say the carnival in there is also amazing. In the north region, carnival can also be kind of different with some other music genres. Brazil is like it has so many cultures mixed that it's like living different countries inside of a single country, right? It can be so different from one state to another, or from one region to other. It's just that Rio is the most famous one, right? Or like it's the one the rest of the world hears about. But honestly, Brazilians would say that, oh, you know what? The one carnival in Salvador is the best one. As the first capital of Brazil, from 1549 to 1763, Salvador da Bahia, exactly, witnessed the blending of European, African, and the Amerindian cultures. That's the one, Chumo. That's the city that I'm talking about. I have a very good friend that lives there, by the way. Actually, this friend is the anime friend. Yeah, when I'm always saying, "Oh Yoda, that one anime friend recommend me a new anime," that's the friend. He lives in Salvador, right? Yeah, he's an amazing friend. Sadly, he lives far from me though. Google Images does make it look European. Do you mean the Carnival parade in there? Is there a name for the car, truck that I'm saying in English? It's like a big truck that has speakers. Maybe I can. No, I can't show you a picture because I have my phone saving my TV show, right? You're looking into a share carnival. Yeah, looks like. Yeah, go on that YouTube hole, chill mode, and also Yoda if you want. Go on that YouTube hole. You see carnival in Salvador. Look for that. It is crazy, man. People are super happy. Oh yeah, by the way, I just remember another carnival. Carnival in Olinda, another city in the Northeast. In there, they build huge, um, huge, huge dolls, right? Huge dolls that are like, um, how can I say this? Huge dolls based on famous people. And then in the parade, that goes kind of the same way with like a singer or a big truck or car that has speakers. And then this car goes traveling across the city, people following the car, dancing, celebrating, and drinking. And then you have like huge dolls that look like celebrities, famous people. And then those huge dolls are all like this, going down the hills and going down the streets. It's super funny, right? And then those huge dolls are famous from this city in the Northeast region, in Olinda. Those dolls are actually amazing. Sometimes they do look a lot like the real person they are, let's say, making fun of, or like um, making a tribute of. Yeah, those huge dolls are very traditional as well. Happy 2.0 Carnival. I'm happy that my carnival it has been chill so far. Like there isn't a lot of noise outside. I went out today and I did not get into anything crazy. Didn't feel, I don't know, in danger thanks to like thieves. Everything was super chill. So I'm having a good carnival so far. It shows people singing and dancing on the beach. Yes, normally it also happens in the beach, right? But as it gets so crowded, it can get um, dangerous as well, as some people, I don't know, they are distracted and then someone gets their wallet, gets their cell phones and stuff, you know. I was robbed before in a carnival parade. Somebody opened my backpack and took my wallet. But I did not see who did that, right? But I was dumb, like, why? And how could I go to a carnival parade with a backpack? Of course something bad would happen to me. So never go to carnival parade with like important belongings or things that you could easily get distracted to not take care of, like a backpack. So yeah, that was very naive, right? The fun fact about this situation that happened to me was that days later, the post office called my boss because, or my ex-boss, right, when I used it to work. The post office called her because in my wallet I had the contact of her, right? There was a business card of her. And then the post office called her saying, "Do you know Alan? Because this is the post office of Copacabana Beach. And we found his wallet inside of a mailbox." So basically, the post office found my wallet in a mailbox because the thieves got the money and returned my documents, my IDs, even my credit cards as well. So yeah, that was so crazy. You know, I was able to retrieve my ID, my documents, my things. Not my money, not that I had much though, a poor bandit. I think I had, I don't know, 50 reais or something. But that was so unexpected, and then I was able to retrieve my wallet basically because they got my money and then they deposited my wallet in a post office or like in a mailbox. What did you think about Axé music though? Because Axé music, in my opinion, is very Brazilian. I think there is nothing like that. It's so impossible to describe. If you guys wanna, I don't know, go deeper into that, one of my favorite Axé music bands is that one, Asa de Águia. If you translate that to English, it means eagle's wing. Yeah, águia is eagle, asa is wing. So yeah, eagle's wing is my favorite, one of my favorite Axé music bands. Not that I listen to that a lot, but this one feels nostalgic to me. Yeah, this band reminds me of the past, even let's say other carnivals, summer in Brazil. It is very nostalgic. There is this one, let's say, clip on YouTube or video on YouTube from a concert of theirs, but I don't think it was in Carnival, I'm not sure. Of this one song. It's called Não Tem Lua, or like There Is No Moon, if I translate that to English. There is no moon. Não Tem Lua. That song and this one live concert of this song is like super good. Like you guys will see why people love this music genre so much because it's so energetic. Não tem lua que faça você me amar. Não tem lua que faça você passar por mim. Não tem cheiro nem flor, nem perfume de amor. Não tem lua, não, não tem lua. And then the percussion goes super fast and super crazy. It's such a good song. And then in the end of it, there is a crazy guitar solo as well. It is a very good song. Yeah, you guys should listen to that song. It's very good. That one is a big ass crowd. Sir, Carnival in Brazil is crowd AF, right? So we're saying, if I have seen that people were robbing me, I would probably have reacted, and then I would have been surrounded by the thieves. I think so. It was better that way. Yeah, I prefer getting robbed without noticing it than like being I don't know the word in English for that, but pretty much seeing it, right? Because it is more dangerous. They could have, I don't know, hurt me or threatened me in some ways. And like I said, those thieves were somewhat nice because they retrieved my wallet. It's funny how I was already like redoing, or I need to correct my posture again because of my neck, right? It's funny how I was already starting to make my documents again or like ask for new credit cards, and then suddenly my boss was like, "Hey Alan, The post office called me and then they got your wallet. I'm like, what the heck? Dang, that sounds good. It is a very good song. I love that song so much. There is another one that, man, you guys are making me celebrate Carnival right now in here because I'm remembering all of those songs now. There is another song that's called Com Amor as well, which means with love in Portuguese. I also really like that song, Com Amor. Can I sing it? How does it go? Não tem lua is easier for me to sing though. No, this one I'll need the lyrics. Give me the lyrics of that song. Oh yeah, it's like this. Oh my god. Eu só sei viver, eu só sei transar. Com amor, com amor. Quero ser feliz, quero namorar. Com amor, com amor. Se você quiser, eu vou te ganhar. Com amor, com amor. E você vai sorrir e fazer amor. Com amor, com amor. Ah, a cada dia que eu te encontrar, no paraíso você vai viver. Já não consigo evitar. Ficar comigo agora é pra valer. Vou te possuir, vou te devorar. Com amor, com amor. Eu só vou fazer se você fizer. Com amor, com amor. Anyway. That song is also very good, especially with the instrumentals, of course. Oh my god, Timold is learning the song. Menina do mar, menina do mar, menina me leva. Menina do mar is like girl from the ocean or like girl from the sea. It's like, yeah, girl from the sea. Menina is girl, mar is sea, right? Menina do mar, menina do mar, menina me leva. It's pretty much girl from the sea, get me to it, right? Or like catch me or something. Me leva is like take me, right? Take me is a good translation. Take me to you, or like take me to it. It's just like take me to whatever or whatever. So it's pretty much that, like menina do mar me leva. Girl from the sea, take me to who knows where. The song doesn't say. It's just take me. It's a catchy music. Yeah, Ashe is very catchy and very happy, energetic. Although I gotta say that the song meanings, they most likely, actually, most of Brazilian music, by the way, most of those songs will be sexualized. Most of them will be like about dating, kissing, making sex. Maybe that's a big reason why I don't like some Brazilian songs, especially Brazilian funk. But don't be surprised if you guys go after translations, because they will have lots of like, sexualized things in the songs. Like many of those songs are super, not super dirty, but they will be about, dating and flirting and like making sex and stuff and loving. Also because it is carnival, so it's the time in Brazil or like in the world where people try to meet new people and kiss new people or hang out with new people or something. So these songs are also a lot about that. But some are not. Some other songs are more about culture as well. Especially the African culture, especially in Salvador. Salvador was like the city that got the slaves from Africa, so there is a lot of history about slavery there, and then a lot of influence of that in there too, in religion, in the songs, in capoeira, for example. Axé also is a word that I would bet it's also with African roots, like the word. So some songs can also go on that direction of like some cultural influences, but at the same time some songs are very sexualized. I think this could be a song for Pokemon occasionally. For Pokemon? Tell me more. Tell me more about that. How? Do you mean the energy of it? And by the way, guys, I need your help now. We have this map in here. Can I go back? I can't. I can only go zoom in, right? Tell me a spot for me to go fish, because I kind of went around everywhere and I could not find the last fish. Tell me a spot to fish. Like it can be near some of the trademarks or landmarks in there. Wait, I haven't tried fishing in there. You know what? Let me just try this very quickly. I have not tried fishing in the Ibex camp. Could I get a new fish in here and then maybe it could be the one that I'm looking for? Because I was not considering fishing in here. No, I got another bellow guppy. Can you fish inside of campings or camping sites? I can try that, but I don't. Maybe I can, but then it needs to be at the floor level, right? So far, what I have noticed is that I need to be at the floor level. I need to be on the sand. If I climb a rock, it won't be a good spot. I actually wanted to try fishing inside of the chum lair too, right? But the thing as well is that maybe I should also be trying fishing closer to plants. To go back to that theory from before. Yeah, I'm getting more of these. But hey, if I'm getting the bellow guppy, it means that this area also has the fish that the Sansee Desert has. So probably this also counts as the Sansee Desert, right? As the fish are the same. I just need to find the new fish though. Yes, two modes, we are fishing in the desert. Some sandfish, no dune worm please. Like maybe for Pokemon movies. Oh, I can see that. While the characters are traveling over the sea. Dude, Yoda, you just... Oh my god, you just gave me flashbacks of the song called Vacation from the first Pokemon movie. Man, if I get the lyrics, I probably can sing the chorus of that too. Vacation. Do you know which song I'm talking about? This is such a throwback. You made me really want to listen to that song now. Vacation Pokemon movie. I think it is the song that plays when Pikachu and his friends are entering the park, right? It's a song by Vitamin C. Jesus, that's such a throwback. Yeah, Vacation, Vitamin C. Lyrics. Oh yeah, it's like that. Vacations where I wanna be. Party on the beach where the fun is free. We don't need a holiday, it's time to celebrate. Cause I need a break, I need a vacation. Ba-na-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na-na-na. It's very like beachy side or beachy style. Man, you just... Dudes, how come I went back to this now? This song is such a banger, right? Hopefully you guys have heard this song before, like especially the Pokemon movie. Jesus, I need to listen to that after the stream so much. Maybe even add that to my playlist. Vacation Vitamin C, Chumo, do you know that song? It is such a banger, and it was like lost in time right now. It gave you flashbacks of Pokemon Cries, the Stone Ash as well. Oh. I love how, because it is chill mode saying that, I love how I remember Dugong crying, right? Yeah, the freaking Dugong and Dugong clone crying together to save Ash, right? Man. Out of all the Pokemon that were there crying, of course, the one that came to my mind was Dugong because of Chill Mode saying that. But I always like Dugong a lot too. I prefer him over Cloyster. Yes, I'm only getting those guys. Sable said we should try fishing inside of a campsite. So, as I'm next to the Ibex camp... Oh, I actually missed the song. As the song only plays here, I missed the song. Do you guys know what was the Booba Zone? Booba Zone. It's like a website of these Teletubbies-like characters. If anyone here knows what I'm talking about, I actually mentioned this before in this playthrough. This song reminds me of the Booba Zone website so much. It's like a bunch of crazy Teletubbies looking like characters dancing and doing weird shit as you interact with them in the website. It's of course one of those websites for kids, but they are so trippy and funny that adults also made lots of memes about it. But there is one minigame in there that this song is a lot like it. Booba Zone. B-O-O-B-A-H. Booba. Yeah, you see, this is on top of a mountain or a rock, and then there is no fish. That's what I was saying. That track is good, it's catchy. I do like this song a lot. I actually realized now that I missed it. Or are you talking about Vacation Vitamin C? That's also a banger. You see, I cannot fish in here. It's... Yeah, it is not working. I'm checking my phone, right, to see if it's still recording. I don't have a lot of time though, otherwise the time I have in there saved will expire. But let's try going to the Burnt Oak Station and see if we can fish there. Is there sand? Yeah, this is sand, right? Oh, it's not. I'm not sure. Let's test. No, I think I won't be able to fish in here. But I can fish there, right? Yeah, I also can see the cast, you see? No, I cannot fish in here? Oh, of course I can. What is your favorite Switch game so far? That's a hard question. Yeah, that's a hard question. I don't know. What I can tell you is that Xenoblade Chronicles was... I won't say it's perfect. Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles is not perfect. But it was much better in many things that I was not thinking it would be that great, you know? Then... I love Mario Kart, but it's better with friends. And Smash Brothers is getting to me more now, but the playability has some issues as playing it by using the Joy-Con is not very precise. So sometimes I wanna do some combos or like try doing some moves and then my moves fail because the Joy-Con doesn't do what I wanted to do. It could also be me that I'm not like a pro player, But I also think it is because of the Joy-Con as well. I struggle way more with the Joy-Con than playing Smash Bros. On my 3DS. But yeah, maybe Xenoblade? Xenoblade was a big surprise. But I wouldn't say it's perfect though. I'm Korra. I look a little bit like Korra, right? I can see that. Subaru, Yoda, Chill Mode, or anybody else, I need more suggestions. Where to fish? I was saying that I should try the chum lair, right? But then I don't think I'll be able to do it inside of it. I have the feeling this last fish will be somewhat closer to plants, because that's not what I'm doing or trying the most right now. Xenoblade, yeah, Xenoblade was... It was very good in many ways, right? It is very relaxing as well. You see, when the cast disappears, I think that means that I cannot fish in that location. You see that the cast disappears? I think that is a sign that I cannot fish in here. You had the exact same things, but wait, you mean the exact same games? When you had a Switch? Go fishing in a deeper area. That's a good idea actually. A deeper area. Um There is this one place that I'm thinking, but I don't know where it was. I think it was there. I have a guess it's there. Let's get to the Angler's Hut. What is that thing? Throw a lure on it? That's the Chum Queen. Since I'm back here, let me talk to him again. Hello there, Glider. What can I do for you? What do I want to talk about? Where can I learn more about fish? Simple, you can catch them. No, I said learn. Catching fish, you have to watch them. You learn how they move, you learn what they want, how they live, how to outthink them. If I ask... Wait, I ask if fish are really that clever. That's like asking a fish if you are really that clever. Oh, imagine a talking fish. Don't have to, fish do talk, just not with words. They talk in movement and reaction and thus must be observed. I tell Yoshi I would really like to do more observation, but that I did sort of a... Wait. I tell Yoshi I would really like to do more observation, but that I did sort of a... I can't read that. Let's try again. I tell Yoshi I would really like to do more observation, but that I did sort of mean a more conventional means of learning. That last part was super confusing to me. I hear the air leave his nostrils, a breathy laugh. Wait, a breathy laugh. You know what's funny? You remind me of somebody, which I'm sure you get quite a lot given your whole... Yeah, it's Korra. He gestures to me and I wait. What is he going to say? Given my what? You know, given your thing. Anyhow, you remind me of an old student of mine, Cassie. He laughs. Poor girl, couldn't catch a fish to save her life, but the passion, she loved them. Just because she was so keen, I kept her on long enough to give her a course in fishing, and even took her on a trip to catch or to try catching butterflies to see if it might be easier. Was it? No, but I saw she had a real knack for research. That was what she really liked, and I told her just do that. Last I heard she was working on getting something set up in the wash. That's where I think more fish will be. A research center or something. Good for her, I say. He nods. Proud. You ever see her on your travels? Tell her Yoshi says hello. I ask if it really is like that. It is exactly like that, because they wouldn't know how to answer. To them, you are inscrutable, and thus observation is key. I tell Yoshi I would really like to do more observation. The nostrils. Okay, he's not helping us anymore. Okay. Anyway, we gotta find a new place to fish. I wanted to go. I think it's right there. Isn't it? It is a little bit there. Maybe it's that right there. That brown spot on the map, it looks a bit like a dog labrador. A dog labrador? The brown spot. I'm not sure which one anymore though. Hmm. Oh, you were saying something that wasn't there? There is Ring Fit Adventure for the Switch. I have been thinking about buying it. Sadly, it is very expensive. The price for Ring Fit Adventure is like the price for buying two games. But I have been thinking a lot about buying it, to be honest. The Chum Queen, yeah. Angler Yoshi, he talks cryptic like a fish. Ring Fit Adventure, yeah, it's like the Switch. Um, with it, right? With it training, or yeah, with it. But again, it's very expensive. That's the only reason why I'm not getting it. Because I would wait. Because I would really like to get it. Even the price of it in China is expensive. This year, more like closer to the Black Friday, the game I will try buying is probably Breath of the Wild. Maybe it can change, but I'm thinking about Breath of the Wild. The first one, not Tears of the Kingdom. Was it in there? Man, I'm running out of time though. Let's try fishing in here once. In case we can't find the remaining fish, we at least found a new fish, right? So we made some progress. But sadly, I could not find any chum eggs today. Genshin is better? Genshin, man. Is Genshin still that popular? It is, right? I wonder if I can climb up there. Holy Ring Fit, AI shout out to Skynet. Please remember me. Who the heck is Skynet? Wait, Skynet is the thing I think Suber was talking about the other day. It's like a don't know, a conspiracy stuff from a movie. Was it RoboCop or something? I don't remember. What that Chum Queen gave for the Chum eggs is stamina. And I could climb here, look at that. Have I ever been here? The Chum Queen gives us more stamina. That went so hard. Oh yeah, I have been here. This is where I wanted to come actually. When Yoda said go to a deeper place, this is where I thought. Is that deep enough? So can I fish in here? I can. Okay. Because the cast is there. Another one of these guys. Do I have any plant inside of this? I got some avatar powers. How is the order of the elements again? How is it? Is it fire? I think it's fire, right? Fire. Is it fire, earth, water, and air? I think it is that, right? Fire, earth, water, and air. The avatar is the only one that can get all of those elements. But the world is under trouble. But there is a new avatar now, and this is the legend of Korra. There are no many plants in here, so let's try this again. There is a butterfly there though. Oh wait, is that not that's not a butterfly. I have not tried like fishing with my whole reel, right? Like using the whole distance of my reel. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, by the way. I'm sorry if I'm not. But what I mean is that... Oh, that's one of the different fish. But sadly, it is one we got today, right? But what I mean is that I have not tried doing this. Maybe that could be a thing if I use like the entire distance gauge for like catching a fish. So this spot is giving us the pebble eyes. Oh, it starts with earth, wind, fire, water. I think it's a cool series. Avatar is fantastic. Maybe in a sequel there will be a hidden element. Like steel? Steel was in the Avatar. Lightning too, but was combined with fire, right? And then steel was combined with earth. The only time a new S cartoon made a cool anime style thingy, I think. I would agree, yeah. That fish is going to be a grouper. I need more suggestions. Where else to try? Let's actually see what is the name of the fish we're missing. Maybe that could be helpful. Oh no. Oh man, can I get some extra minutes in there? My time is out. Yeah, my time is out, guys. I need to go. Let me check the name. We need to find a pale fish. Yeah, where would we find a pale fish? I have no idea. It sounds like he's going to be closer to plants though, like herbs. You know, herbs are. Oh wait. No, my. Oh my god. My TV show is rip, I guess. Can I go back an hour, please? My phone is updating or something. Um. Yeah, I think pale fish could be closer to a bush, you know. So it could be having herbs in there, and then it's a pill, it's medicine, it's herbs. You know, that's my theory. but I need to check that out next time. So let me save, and then I need to see what happened to my phone right now. But at least we got one new fish, but the exploration continues next time. Although I won't know where to fish, because I think I kind of went to most places. The order is as follows: fire, air. Oh, fire, air, water, and earth. Okay. The avatar. The avatar was the first avatar to begin the cycle. It's the pillfish. We can find the pillfish in a drugstore, according to Subaru. I need to find a drugstore then. This game felt relaxed. This is a very chill game. It was a good stream start catching the fish, it feels good. We gotta look for the last fish though, the hardest one to find. All we know is that the location matters, and some fish can be found only closer to plants. That's all the help I know. There is the new Voltron anime that was made in the West. Voltron? I'm not really sure if I heard of it. It at the same time it sounds I heard of it, but I'm not fully sure. But regarding what I need to watch soon is The Last of Us again. I haven't watched the last two episodes of it, right? And I need to see if I'll have motivation enough um, to go back to JoJo. Yeah, because I'm like only in episode one of the last part of JoJo. I need to finish that so I can go back to Mob Psycho or Spy Family. And also, I still haven't checked the anime that my friend recommended me, which was the music one. How was it called again? Bochino Rock. I still gotta watch that. I also need to go back to um, Blue Lock and Shinobi no Itoki. I actually think that I should go back to Shinobi no Itoki very fast because I have the feeling it's going to be short, so it won't give me a lot of trouble to finish that. You know what? I should consider going back to Shinobi no Itoki because I think there aren't many episodes left. Wait, what the heck is that emote, Yoda? Is that from Bochi? It is from Bochi. What the heck is that, man? But yeah, I need to see if I like that by any chance. Anyway, guys, chill mode. Thank you so much for the good weekend wishes. I just hope I can sleep well, not have a lot of neck pain or anything. I will see if tomorrow I can be back with Golden Sun. No promises, but I do wanna try. I gotta also say that sometimes I'm not streaming not because of like my physical condition or anything. Sometimes, like for example on Friday, it was because there was a crazy summer storm in Rio, like a rainstorm or a thunderstorm, and I was kinda scared of getting to power outages. Actually, today's morning I got to a power outage, even though it was um, not raining, and it was because the electricity or power company they came to the street here to fix the cables of the posts, thanks to the Friday storm, right? Because there was indeed a crazy explosion or like a freaking flash of green light that I saw of something going bad regarding the electricity of my neighborhood. So pretty much what I want to say is that my power outages are back. Did you all miss them? I did not for sure, but yeah, it's been like power outage season here. So sometimes, especially when the crazy summer storms they come, like on Friday and maybe next week, I feel like maybe I should not stream today to prevent my computers, because also I don't want them to get damaged, especially the new one. And recently, the old computer had the power supply damaged, right? So I had to buy a new one as well, and then I'm trying to prevent to stream during crazy storms or crazy rains or when power outages are happening. But anyway, I gotta go because I don't know if I'll be able to still watch anything on my app in here of the TV show. But thank you so much for stopping by. I hope to see you guys again soon. Hopefully tomorrow. Let's see. If not, then next week with more Sable. Have a good night, take care, and I see you then. Goodbye.